Cookie and the chef, Coy's all the way. Shameless and rowdy, they have lots to say. They're having it large, with a beer in the hand. North London forever, greatest team in the land. It's the Spurs breakfast brunch. Yeah, the Spurs breakfast brunch. It's the Spurs breakfast brunch. You know the Spurs, oh the Spurs breakfast brunch. Good morning, everyone. Hope everyone's well this morning. We are back. The breakfast brunch is back. We're going to be having it large this morning. I've got people queuing up to come on already. The show ain't even started yet. What's going on here? Listen, shocking display at the weekend. As you all know, I was over in Spain. I was on the blower watching the game with Nige. And to be quite honest with you, the game finished and we was looking at each other off air, if you like, and didn't know what to say. The pair of us did not know what to say about what the fuck that was on Sunday. Absolutely shocking, right? People can moan at De Zerbi all day long saying, well, he's picked the wrong team. He shouldn't have played these. He shouldn't have played that. Listen, he might have picked the wrong team. Yeah. He might have put kids in midfield when we needed men. Right. But unfortunately, he picked that team and that was it. It's not on him. At the end of the day, it's on the last 3 shit years and plus more of what's been going on at his football club, right? We're going to get into it. Hopefully, we're going to have a mountain of people come on this stream today and air their views about what's going on at our club because it's an absolute piss take. The players are a piss take. I can't believe with 7 games to go, 21 points to fight for, right, that we're putting out that type of performance. Whoever's on the pitch, because they're all paid, yeah? I don't care if they're 17, 18, 19. If the manager picks them, yeah, they've got to be putting in a performance. We'll talk about who he's picked to play in positions and if we agreed and if we didn't agree. We'll have people coming on here that will give their view about Tottenham overall, about the game at the weekend, about the season so far. Are we staying up? Are we going down? Is relegation inbound? Is that the right thing for Tottenham Hotspur to be going down that route? Because they are going down that route, right? It's out of our hands now. Before the game at the weekend, it was still in our hands, yeah? Since then, West Ham have gone and done the biz. Leeds have gone and done the biz last night, right? So I would say we're getting really close to being up shit street without a paddle. That's where I am with it. Next thing I've got to say, I apologise to everyone. I have not advertised this show this morning. The reason being, I've got home last night, and as you know, you have your phone in your bag, don't you? I've got home, the phone's completely died. I've put it on charge. The bloody thing won't charge. So I don't have the batteries knackered in it. It is an old phone. It's about 10 years old. So I think it might be telling me it's phone time. Listen, we've got 2 guests coming on straight away, right? I'm going to bring in Steve. Big up to you, Steve. And I'm going to bring in Anthony. Big up to you, chaps. Hope you're both well. Thanks for coming on this morning. How are you, the pair of you? Steve first. How are you, mate?
Yeah, not too bad, mate. Yet again, Tottenham Hotspur sort of bring you down, don't they?
Just a little bit.
You can't even use football as a release anymore, can you? It's just worse. But I'm good, mate. I hope you had a good holiday. Great to see you back.
Yeah, thanks, mate. And had a lovely time, mate. It was lovely. The old weather was a bit dodgy the last couple of days, but it was very nice. It was a nice little break. Thanks for asking, Steve. Anthony, how are you, mate? I've been on holiday. I've been watching videos that you've been putting out. You seem to be bobbing along, singing a song with your new channel. How are you, mate?
Yeah, well, I'm up to 110 subscribers now, so I'm getting there.
Done, mate.
I was the previous few weeks I was happy and stuff. Spurs weren't playing and stuff. I was enjoying my weekends. And I was so deluded. Scott called me as a joke, said I was deluded because I said we'll beat Sunderland 2-1. I had a bit of faith because I thought surely it can't get any worse. Surely we're going to win eventually. Zerbi will come in and we'll get a manager bounce because most clubs get a manager bounce when they turn up. Not Tottenham though. Tottenham must be the only club that don't get a manager bounce. We've had 3 managers this season, and we're the only one that haven't got a manager bounce from any of them really. I looked at the team, like we've got Richarlison, Mawani, Solanke up front. That team is an absolute disgrace. Those players should not be playing for us again. I think we're down. I think we're doomed. I just can't see us ever getting out of it.
Fair play. We'll get into it, mate. We're going to get.
I hope we had a good holiday as well, by the way.
Thanks, mate. Yeah, it's great stuff and a blinding stuff. Listen, Steve, we'll start with you because I know you haven't got too much time. You've got to be somewhere at 10. So, look, talk to us about. Let's go from. We was in WhatsApp groups before the game. The team came out. I don't know if you saw. I know I actually didn't send it. I might have put it in our group. I don't know. Anyway. There was a team out floating about on Saturday afternoon / evening that gave the exact same lineup that Roberto De Zerbi put on the pitch. Now, when I received it Saturday afternoon, I thought to myself, there's no way he's playing that team. That's someone guessing, right? He's not playing that team against Sunderland. And lo and behold, the team comes out on Sunday, and it was exactly the team that was on that sheet from Saturday afternoon. Yeah, the 11 that were picked. Steve, talk to me, mate, about the whole day and what you thought about what De Zerbi might do, what he could bring, what he didn't bring, what he did wrong, and so on, mate. Go on, the floor is yours at the end of the day.
Right, so obviously we knew about the goalkeeping situation. I think that was a given. Kinski was going to be in goal. I heard a lot of people say about Austin, and I was like, no, Austin's not played enough to stick him into a high-pressure game. And I thought, with Kinski, all right, this is his redemption to, forget about what happened to Atletico and show us what he's got. And I thought he played all right, to be fair. I don't think he really put a foot wrong, so I was happy with the goal. Obviously, we knew about the goalkeeping situation. But, yeah, the rest of it, I don't know what he was doing because I don't know what Xabi's done or what's happening behind the scenes, but there's 3 managers now that won't start him in the game. 3 managers. So what's happening? How much did we pay for him? 52 million?
Yeah.
And he's not getting game. I mean, he had all right. A lot of people say, all right, the Atletico Madrid game, not a lot of pressure. All right, he's played well in that this season. So, but he had a blinder, and then he gets dropped for Forest, and then he gets dropped for Sunderland, where you need someone creative in that midfield. And yeah, I don't know, but Mawani has been shocking all season. Why are you starting him? I don't want to see that guy in a Spurs shirt again because he's just been absolutely awful. Solanke came back fine, scored goals, but since then, what's he done? Absolutely nothing. And Richie, well, I do like Richie, but there's games where he shows up and games where he doesn't. And I mean, seriously, what was that? What were those shots about? Do you know what I mean? Like, seriously, hitting it first time so tame. So yeah, I think Deserby got the lineup wrong. Should have stuck Paulinho in there. Should have stuck Xabi Simmons in there just to give a bit of stability and creativity. So yeah, he got it all wrong in my opinion. And I will say though, the goal was unlucky, very unlucky. But when you're lucked out, isn't it? When you're down there and decisions don't go for you. Now, I'm not saying the penalty was a penalty because it wasn't, but when things like a deflected goal go in, when you're lucked out, isn't it? So, but I'm seriously after Saturday, if we don't win Saturday, we're done. That's it. I mean, we're pretty much done now, but I'm just clinging on to some sort of hope still. But this is Tottenham Hotspur, so Yeah, so that's where I am with it. But I think, yeah, guys, I think we're down. So let's get start looking forward to the Championship football next season. So that's where I am, guys. At a minute.
Yeah, Steve, can I just ask you before we ask Anthony about it? Let me bring Pete in as well. Big up to Pete. I'll come to you in a sec, Pete. Big up to you. Morning, mate. Steve, when the game kicked off, right, and obviously you've seen the 11, yeah. Tell me specifically what you were thinking as the first half's worn on. Yeah, we've got to half time at 0-0. Yeah, and what you expected maybe from the manager, because I don't know what you'll tell us. You'll all tell us in a minute, right? But I'm sitting there with Nige in the half-time break, and the first thing as they're walking off the pitch was Nige said to me, "We've got to change it now. There's no messing about at 60, 65 minutes. Let's see what happens. We need to do something now." Yeah. Steve, talk to us. Just talk to us. Go on, mate.
Yeah, I mean, the first half was dull. I mean, the only positive you could say was we had conceded at half time, which, our last few games we had. So I was a bit like, okay, that's fine. But yeah, it wasn't working. So I thought half time, we'll change it. Second half comes along and he hasn't changed it. And then you see him preparing the substitutions, which didn't include Xavi Simons. He's bringing on Sarr, Palhinha, which I thought, okay, fine, bit of stability, that's all right. He's bringing on Sarr. And I don't know who the other one was he brought on that time. Palhinha, Sarr, and someone else, wasn't it? It's three.
Yeah, it'll come to me in a minute. It's all right. Yeah. Believe it or not, Steve, I ain't been asleep last night. I've been up all night, mate. So, yeah.
Did he bring on Danso? Was it Danso?
Yes.
So Danso came on for Romero about after that, didn't he? Danso was the fourth substitution and Simons was the fifth. But I don't know who the third one was. He brought on Sarr, Palhinha at the same time.
Yeah.
And then someone else.
Yeah. We'll work it out in a minute.
He was, he took Richie off. Oh, he brought on Tell, didn't he? It was Tell, Sarr, and Palhinha. I was a bit like, all right, so you see him preparing the substitutions, and then obviously while they're waiting, we concede, don't we? Right? So if that was me, I would bring on maybe Simons instead of Sarr to give a bit of creativity, just to give us a chance. But he still brought on the same substitutions, and I was a bit like, what are you doing? So the Romero one was forced, obviously, with Danso. I don't mind Danso. But he brought on Simons with 5 minutes left. What's Simons going to do in 5 minutes? Nothing. So I was a bit like, well, at that point, when we went 1-0 and I was down, I was like, well, yeah, we're not getting back into this. So that's where I was with it. I was like, another defeat incoming. So, yeah, it was not great. So, but hopefully this week he learns, and he's got to learn quick because we ain't got time anymore. So he's got to learn quick. He's got to start Palhinha on Saturday. He's got to start Xavi Simons on Saturday, just to give it a bit of a chance, So yeah, but he got it all wrong, guys.
I think there's no doubt Saturdays are definitely a must-win now. There's no drawing. There's no losing. No. I think if they get beat on Saturday, it's all over. I think it's all over anyway. Personally, Steve. I think we're done.
I heard a stat yesterday. I think Mawani, Richarlison, and Solanke have had, or is it Tell, have had 113 appearances this season, and I think they've got 13 goals between them. Richard's got 9.
To be honest, the best thing about Saturday is I'm on holiday, so I'll be travelling, so I'll miss the game. So they won't ruin my journey, that's for sure. And so hopefully when I get there, I have a positive result. But if I have a negative one, then at least I've got a holiday to look forward to.
That's it, Anthony. We'll bring you in, but basically the same stuff as I've asked Steve. Just give us your rundown of what you thought of the team and what you thought of the performance, and what you was expecting any different to what you'd seen, maybe.
Well, I thought it was a bit strange to play Bird Van Dre in the midfield when you got someone like Granit Xhaka in midfield for Sunderland. I don't know who else they have in the midfield at the time, but when you've got Granit Xhaka, I think you need like Steve said, you need men in midfield. Palhinha would have been perfect in midfield. I don't know what Gallagher offers us either. I don't know what he's offered us since he's come to us. The front three are an absolute disgrace. Richarlison, those shots he had, he may as well have just passed it back to the keeper because they were like P-rollers. I could have done a better job than that. Probably scored. But yeah, I just found it. I thought when we started off the game, I thought, oh, in a minute, we look a bit like up for this a bit more. But that lasted about 2 minutes. And then after that, we didn't do anything after that. Tell come on. Oh, Tell's shocking as well. A couple of times he does these little step overs and you think he's going to do something. He ends up losing it, falling over his feet or something and getting it. And then obviously the penalty decision, I said straight away it was not a penalty. And I heard Spurs fans all over social media say it was a penalty. That was never a penalty. I thought he was falling over before the even contact was made. I just think, but I think, and the goal in general, like you said, when your luck's down, but those goals have always gone against Spurs. I've seen in the past where there's been deflected goals, it's always gone in and stuff. When Spurs players blocked it and it's deceiving the keeper. And I don't want to use this as an excuse because it's no excuse, yeah. And I don't think the penalty was a penalty, but the referee, it does seem a bit like the refs are trying to send Spurs down because everything went Sunderland's way. And that Bobby, he could have been sent off yesterday, but it wasn't, or the other day, it wasn't sent off. And I just think the referee had a bit of a shocker as well. But that's no taking away from our performance because I thought we were awful and nothing's changed. And sometimes you've got to think De Zerbi's formation and tactics weren't great, but sometimes you've got to look at the players and they've had all these managers now and nothing's ever changed. Nothing, and I just don't see us getting out of it now.
Fair play, mate. That's a nice little roundup. This is going to be interesting because we're going to see this now from what I would like to call Pete is a Arsenal fan, as we all know, but I think he's a very level-headed fella and he'll tell you how it is. So, Pete, good morning to you, mate. I hope you're well. Thanks for jumping on the stream, mate. Pete, I'm almost speechless. I don't know what to say. I'm so bloody annoyed still. Do you know what I mean? Pete, go on, mate. Talk.
Well, the weekend was a complete shit fest for both of us. I mean, but going on to Tottenham, the Sunderland result, I could have seen that coming. What I didn't see coming was the Leeds result last night. That, for me, is what's going to screw Tottenham up. On Leeds beating United, there's a 6 point gap there. I mean, that's 2 matches. You got 6 left. I honestly think Tottenham are fucked. I really do. There was a bit of banter before, but when Leeds are putting results like that out of the bag, where do you go? Nothing is going in your favour at all. Referees have been shite as usual. The Tottenham penalty, that wasn't a penalty, and like the other fella just said. There's a lot of yids. It's more wishful thinking that you want this penalty, you want this guy sent off, but when you're down in the mud, nothing goes for you. I do feel for you guys.
Pete, just briefly from your perspective, when the game kicked off, did you expect anything different from Tottenham as such, or was the lineup telling you, we're in trouble here?
It was a poor lineup, but I was expecting the new manager bounce, especially from De Zerbi. But first 10 minutes, I was like, there might be something here. After that, nah. It went to hell. I mean, the moment Sunderland scored with a goal like that, the footballing gods ain't with you.
No, fair play, Pete. Fair play, mate.
Cookie. Sorry,
go on, mate.
Pete. As an Arsenal fan, I know us Spurs and Arsenal fans always have the banter and stuff, but do you want Spurs to go down?
Before I stopped, 2 seconds ago, open the door. Go on out, boys. Before I started following Nige and Mark and Sheriff, yeah. But now I've got to know a lot of you, a lot of the fans on, especially on your channels. Not so much. No, I don't want you guys down. I like the North London derby.
Yeah.
Fair play. At least he could just come in here and say, "Yeah, go on, piss off." You know what I mean? But I like Pete. He's very level-headed. Fair play to you, Pete. Fair play to you. Right, let's move on. Let's move on to the team selection during the game. Before the game, like I said, I saw this team on the Saturday afternoon, and I thought to myself, he can't play Bergvall and Gray. You know, like Steve said earlier, or Anthony, whoever said it, you know, you've got a Granit Xhaka who's going to try and dictate the play for Sunderland. They're at home. You know they're going to try and get him on the ball. Yeah. Excuse me. He was on the ball a lot. For me, Gray and Bergvall, they showed, not necessarily because it was a fault of their own, they just showed at the moment, as a pair together, you just cannot play these young players with so, I don't know, you can call it that, you can say they've got a bit of experience because they've been knocking about for a bit now, only because we've had to be playing them, you know, because of the injuries and stuff like that. You know, Bergvall's been injured himself, yet we've put him and Gray in a position on Sunday, for me, against men, right, that in a game where we need to show big fight. And like Steve said earlier, Paulinho on the bench from De Zerbi, that's a sin from me during that game. Yeah, for Paulinho not to be on that pitch was a big sin. And then I'm looking further up and hang on a minute, we're playing 3 forwards, one on the right wing, one on the left wing, and one up front. But there's no Xavi Simons. There's no creativity. There's nothing. And if you haven't got even the one player that's got that bit of creativity in your team, well, apart from maybe a corner or a set piece, where is a goal coming from? And I was quite shocked that he never picked even one of them, to be fair. You know, Paulinho solidifies and helps that defence out. He breaks the play up. He's not the most spectacular player in the world, yeah? But he gets around the pitch, he breaks the play up and gives it. Simple, yeah? Conor Gallagher, I've got to say, right, I wasn't, you know, when he signed for Spurs, I thought it was wrong player, wrong position at the wrong time. We needed a ball playing 8 at the time. Yeah. Gallagher come in. I've got nothing against Gallagher coming in. I think he's a decent player, right? He showed at Madrid and at Chelsea when he plays with decent players, he is a decent player. But I think he's another one of those when you shove him into a shit show, yeah, he just hasn't picked his legs up since he's been here. Now, whether that's because he can't be asked, he's taking his money, I've got no idea. I don't know the fella, yeah. I've watched him at Chelsea and again at Madrid, even though he was used as a sub at times, but he was so much better than what he's been at Spurs. And I don't understand why De Zerbi has persevered for so long during that game with those 3, because, you know, you can say, well, they only had 2 chances and we had 7. Out of the 7 chances that Tottenham apparently had on target, was there anything that was really dangerous? Maybe Porro's late shot in the second half might have hit the bar and gone in if the keeper hadn't got his hands to it. But apart from that, what was there, lads? Go on, jump in, people. Thank you, please.
There was
De Zerbi. I think De Zerbi, his problem is he's a one-trick pony. He doesn't have a plan B. With the lineup, I see what he was doing. He had like 3 strikers. He was open to batter Sunderland into submission. That wasn't going to happen. And the moment when you went 1-0 down, there was nothing to fall back on. I mean, not having Simmons in has a bit of creativity. That made no sense even. But like I say, bringing him in 5 minutes from the end, what was that about?
Well,
Should have been at least 20 minutes.
Sorry, we should. I think I look back at it now and think maybe we should have got someone in just to keep us in the Premier League. Someone just, although some of these managers we don't really want to see at Tottenham, but just to keep us up. And De Zerbi probably would have been better if we got him in the summer as a refresh and a rebuild. Because with this squad, I don't think he realised how bad the team actually are, and I think he's not used to a relegation battle himself, is he? So I just think if we got him in the summer, got someone else in till the summer, and then got him in, then he probably would have been better manager for us. But it's only one game, so anything can happen in the next few days.
I think it would have been better with Sean Dyche just to battle for draws rather than losses.
I said Sean Dyche, and a lot of people are like, no, I don't want Dyche at Spurs and all this stuff. But I think we've got to put our pride to one side and just that's the type of manager we needed just for the 7 games to try and keep us up.
I've got to ask. I'm going to jump in there right on that comment. I'm going to jump in. Does it matter who the manager is?
Probably
at the
not,
moment.
Probably
Can
not.
I just jump in before I go? Yeah.
Yes, Steve. Go on, mate.
This is what I'm going to say, and I'll leave you guys with this, right? So basically, this is another ENIC shit show of chucking money at something to try and fix a problem, right? This is their last roll of the dice. They're thinking, oh, okay, yeah. But we don't know if De Zerbi's going to be here in the summer if we go down, right? So he could go, right? They've chucked money at a situation again when for years and years, and especially the last 3 years, they've shown incompetence and no clue of how to run a football club, right? And they bought poorly. They bought poor players. We never replaced Kane and Son and people like that. Yeah. And they've just chucked money at youngsters and go, there you go, you can deal with it. Right? And it just goes incompetence after incompetence after incompetence. And until ENIC go, this is where we're going to be. This is where we're going to be. So the problem is ENIC. Doesn't matter who your manager is, the problem has been and always will be ENIC.
Yeah, I agree.
So that's where I am.
Yeah, I mean, we can get into ENIC in a bit. I want to concentrate a bit on the game and what others are doing around us as well, to be fair, because, go on, Steve.
I'll try and jump on again in a little bit, Cookie, if I can. So,
all right, mate, you're more than welcome. Yeah, just jump back in. Guys. Thanks, Steve. I'll see you in a bit, mate. Take care. Thanks for coming on, mate. Bye-bye, mate. Let me just say, I'm going to be a bit shameless this morning. We've been away for a week. There's nearly 100 people in here this morning, right, so far, and it's growing all the time. Hit the subscribe button, please, if you don't mind, and hit the like button for the stream. I think there's going to be a few more people jumping on this morning. We'll see how we go along. We might have some international visitors. You never know. We'll see. Anthony, I'll come to you just briefly. Again, when the team come out and you saw it, I struggled to comprehend how. My first thought was, we've lost. We beat when I saw the team. Now, you know, people have said, well, we've got 3 forwards. 2 of them were playing as wingers as such. You know, we've won up for, well, not wingers, but whatever you want to call it. They was, you know, left and right side of a Solanke, who I thought, by the way, was absolutely, listen, they was all dog shit, right? Apart from the keeper. I've got to say, I thought the keeper stepped up, by the way. Yeah. I thought, especially after what happened in Madrid, he's been launched in there, and I thought he did really well, to be fair. I thought, you know, as good as he could be on the day, whereas the other 10, 12, 14 of them that entered the pitch for Spurs were just rubbish, mate. And I can't, you know, I probably need you to try and explain to me a little bit, with 7 games to go, how that type of performance can be put out there by players wearing the Spurs shirt, knowing what's at stake. Because I'm at the end of the game, forget the Romero crying and all that, right? I'm watching other players on that pitch looking like they're distraught, right, at the result at the end. Yeah, I'm looking at other players look like they don't give a shit. And I don't know where we are. I've got to the point where I really don't think they care very much at all. Like, at all. They don't give a toss whether we go down, because most of them will get their moves. Most of them will be gone. Most of them will go into better teams with better players. You know? And I'm just a bit dumbfounded by it, Anthony. Just tell us how you feel a little, how it's making you feel as a Tottenham supporter, having to watch this every week.
I'm hurt by it all. I don't see where we're going to get another win this season. I keep saying that. The optimism in me keeps saying, "I will win here, win there, and everything," but I don't see it happening. The players look like they can't be bothered. They look like, because if they go down, they look like it's an easy way out of the club. That's what I see it as. Romero crying at the end. That wasn't him. He wasn't trying for us. He was trying to see in case you missed the World Cup. I just don't. Those players are they're just a disgrace. But in the night, we've had some bad sides in the past. Back in the 90s, we had some bad sides, but at least they had fighters in them. This team, I'm not saying this team I say they're rubbish, but I think it's the attitude that's rubbish more than anything. Because some of these players they're decent players. They're not a relegation team, but I just look at them and I struggle to see the ones that care. I mean, maybe Tell might care, but he's not very good. There might be a couple players that care, but just not very good. The ones that are the better players just don't care. And Romero's interview, not Romero, Van der Ven's interview at the end of the game, and he said he's devastated. He didn't look devastated to me. He looked like a player that just is going in the summer and he just doesn't care if we stay up or go down. And I just don't see where we're going to get our next result from. We've got Brighton next week on the weekend. It's going to be a hard game. Then we've got Wolves. We never beat Wolves anyway. So, and we've got Villa, Chelsea, and Everton coming up and all that stuff. We've got one more, I think, haven't we? But we've got some tough games, and teams are fighting. Games we're playing, they're fighting for something. Pretty much all the teams are. So now we're in the relegation zone. I think by the weekend we could be 5 points from safety or something like that. So
yeah, I think Leeds have got Wolves at the weekend. I don't know, they play before us, I think, and I think if Leeds beat Wolves, there's a 9-point gap to Leeds.
I know, yeah, we've got Leeds as well, haven't we, coming up? Yeah.
I think the Leeds is done and dusted now.
Yeah, done. I think they're done.
West Ham have got Palace at the weekend, which that could go either way. They could get a result against Palace. We've got Brighton. That is a hard game. I just can't see us beating Brighton. I think
Brighton are one of the most informed teams at the minute as well.
Yeah.
It's definitely going to be difficult at the weekend. Let's go back on De Zerbi just slightly. He's coming. You've seen him during the week. The videos being posted during training.
That makes me laugh.
All that sort of stuff. And what's going to change in his first game? Like, I think we all know that nothing was really going to change.
The players are they're loving the training sessions, best training sessions in years and stuff. It didn't look like it was on Sunday, did it?
I think De Zerbi, unfortunately, is the right man at the wrong time.
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah.
Great way of putting it. Yeah. It's like, again, it's there was a stat that I'm sure it was Stel or Lubo read out last night about football teams that change their managers, throughout the season to try and get themselves out of trouble. And it was something like any manager that's come in with less than 10 games to go, only 2 of them out of the 8 have managed to get their clubs to safety, right? Which is a damning stat in itself when you think that Tottenham haven't won a game since mid-December, I think it is.
Yeah, Palace away, wasn't it?
26th of December, I think.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. Whatever the date was. Now, the next question I want to ask to you both is, how does it get so bad that I don't know, look, I'm not going to say top 6 team because we're not, right? But a recognised Premier League team, that's generally up there. How does it get this bad? And I'm talking about what we're seeing now. We know about the decline, over the last few years. But when you're actually watching them on the pitch, how does it get as bad as that? Because there was no passion or pride. All the stuff that you expect as a minimum. Forget about the quality part of it for a minute. How does it get when you're looking at players, when you're watching it and you're thinking to yourself, you don't give a shit, mate. You really don't give a shit. And you're sort of going around the team thinking, do you know what? All of you can just go, because if that's how you're going to play with 21 points to play for, if that's what you're going to show, not just the fans that are sitting at home watching it, but all those poor bastards, that went up to the Stadium of Light last weekend, paying £2 a litre in their car to get up there and get home, right? When you're watching it, how does that make you feel, Anthony? And then Pete afterwards, please, as an Arsenal fan. Go on, Anthony.
Well, I'm lost for words, Tucci. Like, people bid up players like Gray and Richarlison, saying Richarlison's our top goal scorer, and Gray, look at Gray playing really well and all that stuff. But we're 18th in the league. There's nothing to brag about being our best players for a team that's 18th in the league. Those players, I've got to a stage now where those players, they can all just do one, because I'm just so frustrated, wound up with them. Obviously, I just don't know what to say, because I'm lost for words when it comes to those players. I think they're just an absolute disgrace. I just can't. Sorry, Twitch, I'm lost for words, mate.
It's all right, mate. It's difficult, and Joey's put a few points in. Sorry, I'm not reading all the comments out this morning, because I want people to get their opinions across. And again, look, I've had problems with my phone since I've been back. I'm struggling to post on YouTube with this tablet thing that I work on. Please get over to Anthony. Make sure you subscribe to him over there, because he's growing a fledgling channel, if you like, but he's putting content out there. And subscribe to us as well, and hit the like button, please, for the stream. It's really important at the moment. Seems like YouTube numbers have dropped off over the past few weeks. I don't know what's going on with that. Perhaps it's a YouTube thing. But Joey's put, these players are disgusting. Look at Leeds, West Ham showing fight. Our players don't care, so RDZ has his hands tied no matter who he picks. They don't care. Why don't fans understand that? Pete, could you try and explain that maybe a little bit, as far as the part's concerned, where Joey's put, they don't care. Why don't fans understand that, Pete?
You got the way I see it, Spurs, you've got the perfect storm. You've got a shitty board that don't care. You've had the worst injury crisis that I can think of any team. Then you've got players that are just phoning it in. You've got all that. Then you've got the disenchantment, the anger on the terraces. Nothing. I mean, results are going against you as well. Everything's going against you. You're getting decisions going against you. There's anger, and the thing that really surprised me was that bloody ridiculous bus parade. I thought that was a joke, and that just made a mockery of decent Tottenham fans. I kind of see, but it was just cheesy. Yeah. And that that little group led by Billy T, they're in it for themselves, that lot.
Fair play.
I didn't understand the bus parade myself, to be honest. it was a bit. Those players really didn't deserve it, and I mean, the protest was cancelled for a bus parade. If that many people turned up for the protest, then happy days, really, isn't it?
And I don't understand. Like now, you know, I've heard, and I don't know how true it is. I've heard there was going to be another parade on Saturday, but I saw before my phone went pop last night. I did see something. Can't remember if it was on YouTube or in a WhatsApp group, that it weren't going to take place.
Yeah, I've read that.
So,
I heard that.
I don't know how true that is. To me, if they do it again, it's just madness. You know, I can understand it the first time, sort of. It's not my cup of tea, like I've told everyone else. I think that it's all bollocks at the end of the day. These players shouldn't need some bus parade, to G them up, right? I also, at the same time, now these fans have seen that they've tried to do that. It hasn't worked. Yeah, we were shocking against Forest. We're shocking again 3 weeks later against Sunderland, right? Surely, and I'd like to hear what you two think about this, surely it's almost like a dawn day comes. You try to support the team, by doing the bus parade. It didn't work. So does it tilt the other way now? Even though it's too late for me, protesting now about this board is too late. Because I'll tell you now, if there's not another protest between now and the Everton game, if there's not another bus parade, I guarantee you, all the people that were at the bus parade, will be holding Enoch out flags against Everton. Do you know it? I know it. Yeah, there will be hundreds
down by that moment,
of people.
That point.
Go on, Anthony.
So we might be down by that game.
Exactly. But for me, it doesn't matter whether we're up, stay up, or whether we go down. We should be protesting about these owners, because if the fans don't do it, they're getting away with it. Yeah?
If you're going to do it at the Chelsea game. Yeah. It's going to have the biggest coverage, and it will make the most noise.
Yeah, but it's an away game, the Chelsea game, isn't it?
Flood Chelsea, fucking mint boys.
I think the biggest protest is in the stadium. Just don't buy anything in the stadium.
Right. That's a start. Yeah, go on.
But trouble is, the fans won't do that, will they? They'll want to spend money. They'll want to enjoy their match day and stuff, which I understand. But I don't think, as many protests happens, I don't think the board really will do it. Will change. I don't think they care, to be honest.
Can anybody enjoy match days at the moment?
No.
I mean that.
No, Pete.
2 wins.
Every match is a fight for your survival.
Yeah. Well, 2 home wins all season as well.
Oi.
Well, it's 2 home wins all season. Yeah, and then we've got, I think it's 3 left, 3 home games left. Well,
I think I've read this.
Go on. Oh, go on, Pete. Go on, mate.
Sorry, mate. I think I've read a stat. I don't know if this is true, or I think it is, that Tottenham have lost 38 games in the last 2 seasons. 38 matches.
Yeah.
Well, I think we've lost more home games since we've been in that stadium than Arsenal have in the whole time that they've been in their new stadium or something, isn't it? That's what I heard.
New stadium curse. It didn't help us for years.
You never lost as many games, though, did you?
Well, no. I don't think anybody else.
It weren't that bad for anyone. Jesus. Do you know what I mean? This is another point I want to go on to. Paul's made, and I know we all know about it, but we have to talk about it. Our as Kate Rixham would say, is the wet lettuce and Vinay still here. Come on. Look, nothing's changed, right? You can say what you like about these two, right? Like Lang was negligent in the window, coming out with his statements. Yeah, we'll only get in players that improve the team. What the fuck is this geezer on about? It's a massive injury crisis. They get rid of Johnson, whether you like him or not. He was the only bloke putting the ball in the back of the net. Yeah, and I was not a Johnson fan whatsoever because of everything else that he contributed to the game, which was a square root of nothing, right? But they've got rid of him. Then the next day, Kudos has gone down. So we're still early enough in the window to do something about it. We already haven't got a left winger. We already haven't got a ball-playing midfielder. We've already still got 3 forwards at the club that couldn't hit a barn door with a banjo. And I don't get it. So how negligible is Lang and Vinay in this? Or is it just that those further up are tying the hands even more?
So you look at when Havertz got injured, we swooped in and got easy.
Yeah.
That's how you go and do business.
Pete, I don't want to speak. I don't want to speak for Cookie, but don't mention that player's name on this channel, all right?
Can I be honest, guys?
Go on, mate. Yeah, that's what it's about on here, Pete. Go on, mate. Just spout your feelings, mate. Go on.
I'm going back a couple of years now, and City Spurs last game of the season. Pretty much all Spurs fans wanted Spurs to drop the points. I understand it screws us up. But the problem with that is you lost out on Champions League football that season. If Spurs had done their job, you'd have had Champions League. You'd have brought in better players that season, which would have rolled. There's a knock-on effect here. There's a little bit of karma.
But Pete,
that's rolled downhill.
If we finished in the top 4, we wouldn't have won the Europa League, and I'll take the trophy. And you can't necessarily say that because we got Champions League this season. We never signed better players.
No, but you would have attracted better players that season if you'd qualified for Champions League than the players that you brought in. You'd have had better options.
No, I'm not convinced because we wouldn't have paid the wages. Still wouldn't have paid the wages for the better players.
Yeah, I've got to say your board doesn't give me that much really hope. I still think there's a little part of me that thinks there's a smidge of karma. It's like I was watching Abby Summers, annoying cow, singing Blue Moon of all things. Jesus Christ.
Well, the thing is, this season she was saying about we played Man City. She said she still wanted she said she wanted us to win every game but the Man City game. And I was like, we're in a relegation battle, love. We need to win all the games.
Yep. Fucking clown.
Listen, there's 18 points to play for now. That's all that's left. Can either of you see where anything's coming from that even remotely gives Tottenham a chance of getting out of this? What has to change? I know De Zerbi's he's been in 10 days, but has he got enough time? And I'm not talking about to stamp his authority on his footballing ways. I'm talking about, can he do anything?
Cookie, what's your go through your fixtures, your remaining fixtures. Who's up next?
We've got Brighton. We've got Brighton next.
Yeah.
You lose that.
Then we've got help me, Anthony, because I've been up all night.
Wolves next.
Yeah, Wolves.
You could get points there.
And then, no, we never beat Wolves. And then we got Leeds, I think, at home.
Yeah, that's right. Leeds.
That's a draw or a loss.
And then we got 2 away games. We got Villa and Chelsea.
Villa, Chelsea, and then Everton last game.
I think the only win you'll get is Everton last game, and I think you'll be done by then.
Be gone by then. It won't matter a jot, will it?
You know what, Cookie? That'll be typical Spurs if we're down by the Everton game, and then the Everton game we end up winning. It's our best performance of the season.
Probably, yeah. Because and why would that be, Anthony? Because they'd already be down and there'd be no pressure.
Yeah,
because they're already gone. That's another subject I want to talk about with the team that De Zerbi picked. Now, this is really important for me because we've spoke for weeks about when the pressure's been on. Yeah, Tottenham are not delivering. No pressure in the Atletico Madrid game. They went out, expressed themselves a little bit, won the game. It was an half-decent performance. I can't say it weren't. We all said it looked like players were up for it. There was some nice movement, stuff like that. Now, I saw again in that Sunderland game, and again, I don't know what you two think about this. Number one, I saw players hiding again, right? Number two, my biggest bugbear in football, and I really despise this. It's players not tracking runners.
Yeah.
That's massive for me. This is professional football, not Sunday morning shit, right? Sorry, I used to play, so I don't mean it's shit on Sunday mornings. I'm talking about it's professional football, yeah? This should be a minimum that players are aware of opposing players running off of them, 1-2s, all that type of stuff. There was instances at the weekend, and not just for the goal, because we'll get on to that. That was, to me, that was disgusting how we conceded that goal. But there was other times in that game where Sunderland maybe didn't, have that great chance, as they call it, but where we was getting absolutely schooled by, if you like, push and run, right? Pass and move. What's going on, Anthony? What is it with it? Is it the standard of the player that they just can't comprehend what's going on? I don't get it. Talk to me about it, mate. Because it really pisses me off.
I don't think the players are good enough. I said it on your first stream, on my first stream on yours, that the players just ain't good enough. My son's team, he's only 8. And his team, the defending, and that's better than the team than Spurs is defending. I just don't think the players are any good, mate. In this aspects that they're, I start to wonder whether they actually know what they're doing. Like all managers come in and it looks like they're all clueless and they have no idea what actually is that they're asked to do. So yeah.
There's a lack of leadership, and I'm not just talking about Tottenham. I'm talking all round the league. Back in, I don't like using the word the good old days, but we had the likes of Tony Adams, Gary Mabbott, John Terry, strong leaders that would be vocal with the teams. I've not seen any of that in Tottenham at all. There's no leader, no leaders, no one like in the middle of the pitch saying, "For fuck's sake, come on."
I don't like to say it, but Pete, when Arsenal went through the invincible season, your whole team was leaders, wasn't it?
Sorry, what did you say, Anthony? I just got off by Magic. Please comment then.
Say that? Oh, okay, yeah.
Listen. But Anthony, before you carry on, Magic, right? We try and get on here. We try and get a vast array of opinions, whether whatever Pete says, you think what a load of bollocks, whatever, right? We just try and get lots of different opinions on and get an idea of not just of what Spurs fans are thinking, but what other fans are thinking as well. We keep going on all the time, that fans are bantering us, listen, Pete could come on here, and rinse everyone. Anthony Clark, the Arsenal fan, he's been on here. He could come on here, take the piss all day. Vindaloo could come on here, take the piss all day. I respect all of them, to be fair, not because they're Arsenal fans, but because Vindaloo will have a wind up in the chat. Yeah, but I've no doubt if you got him on here and asked him serious questions about what's going on at Tottenham, you'd probably get a serious answer from an outside view. So I don't want to go down this route on this channel of saying, oh, well, because you're an Arsenal fan, mate, you ain't coming on. Do you know what I mean? Because I think Pete speaks quite well, Magic, to be fair, and I think everyone should have a chance to voice their opinions. Go on, Anthony, carry on.
I had Tony on from Hammers Football TV on my channel. Just because he's a West Ham fan, I'm not going to stop him coming on. He's all football fans are welcome, is what I say. But Pete, I was saying in that side that you had, the invincible side, you were your whole team were leaders, weren't they? Your whole team could have been captains.
Yeah, they were. That was an unbelievable Arsenal side. Just like I'm going back quite a way, the Spurs of '91. They had a fantastic side then. Leaders throughout up and down the pitch. You had flair. You had skill.
Yeah. Probably the last good side, to be honest.
Yeah, it's Kuva, come on. You're more than welcome. I've put the link in the chat. I've had a nightmare, mate, to be honest with you, this morning with my phone's blown up on me. So listen, anyone that wants to jump on, here's Mia. I keep putting the link in the chat. If anyone wants to come on, you're more than welcome. We can have 8 people on here. We can have a conversation. And like I say, everyone's more than welcome to come on.
Mark, I'm going to have to jump out, mate, unfortunately.
All right, Pete.
Oh, what a shame, Pete. Pete, I was just about to say it's the bottle job society in here, innit? Bottle job, fourth time in a row incoming.
I'll hang on another 5 minutes. Yeah, I could take it on the chin. Good.
Yeah, no, I know, innit? Like anyone, listen, I speak to people in like when I was walking my dogs and that, and they've got Arsenal fans, and a lot of people quite sensible. Like you see a lot of online fans being very different when you speak to people in real life. Like it is definitely different. I find that at the Tottenham Stadium as well. When you talk to people at the stadium, it is quite different than people maybe online.
The Bournemouth result really got on my tits, but again, there's certain Arsenal YouTubers, and we have the worst fans by a long way. The likes of Lee Judges, Curtis Shaw. What a bunch of whinging bellends. They are so entitled.
Joe, what I love Lee Judges where he goes, Declan Rice. I can't say it any other way now because it has to be that way. The way he says it creases me up.
That guy winds me up. It's like, we're not.
I do like some of your podcasters, but you're supposed to get it with all fan bases, to be honest.
Yeah.
We're not. No team has a divine right to win. We don't. Bournemouth ain't a bad side. Was I pissed off at the result? Yeah, but in league-wise, we've slapped up City a few times recently. There's nothing to stop us doing that, and then they'll be all well and good, and they'll be happy clapping at the end of the season.
You know,
tricks like that, they're not even for me. I wouldn't even. I don't want them anywhere near the parade if we win.
Pete, you know what? With the Arsenal situation, I'm telling you, I've said this for ages. It's Arteta is your issue.
If we lose everything this season, yeah, it could jog on. But we're getting to us. Let's say we win the title. There's going to be a lot of Arsenal fans, and the ones that I've mentioned, that still want him out. In what kind of effing reality do you sack a man who's won you the league? Jesus Christ.
Joe, I'll tell you what. Oh, wait, hold on. But you know what I will say, Pete, though, is that honestly, I can kind of see where they're coming from if you think about it, because the way that you've done it, he's taken this long to do it. And if he does it the way he has done it, I think that the chances of you to keep carrying that on is not sustainable. Like, is it sustainable for him to continue to play this way? And I do think that's an issue. I think that's an issue.
I know where you're coming from and where they are coming from, but what these guys don't take into account is over these last 4, 5, 6 years, you've had City tearing it up throughout the league, Liverpool to contend with, Chelsea to contend with, and all their billions. We've spent a bit of money in the last year or so, yeah, but nobody was competing with City, especially, 115, should I say. Chelsea just got done for fiddling the books.
Man City won't get done, though. They won't get done. They'll get off. Trust me, they will not get done. No,
they won't. And we couldn't compete with that. When we moved into the Emirates, we knew it was going to take a while before we start competing again. We are now. For the last 2 or 3 years, we've been competing. If he doesn't win nothing, then it's time for change. But if he wins either the Champions League, which we've got a good shout at, or the Premier League, then there is no way we should be losing Arteta. He deserves at least another season or 2 to build on that.
Pete, I'll just say, can I say one thing, sorry, yeah?
Yeah.
I really hope to God, yeah, you bottle the Champions League and the Premier League, all right? But I mean that in a really nice way, all right?
Right. And on that loving note, I really hope we win the title and you go down. That would be the ultimate season.
That would be like Christmas. That would be Christmas.
It's a bit of banter, isn't it? It's a bit of banter.
Of course it is. And now, I'm going to have to go now, guys.
Cheers, Pete. Thanks, mate. I'll be in touch, Pete. All right, mate.
Have a good one, fellas and ladies.
Mate. Take care. Mate. You take care. Is that you, Angus?
Yeah, it is, mate. How are you?
I see our teller out come up on the screen. I thought, who is this guy?
Sorry about that, Mr. Pooh.
Is he another Dooner?
Sorry about that, darling.
Pete's still here. I'll move him. There you go. I took him off. Angus, let's see it from your point of view. Please don't be too disrespectful.
No, I won't. But honestly, I don't think you players care. Your players do not give one bit about what's happening right now. They don't care. Doesn't matter who the manager is. They just don't give. And it's as simple as that.
And Angus, again, from an outside point of view, and I don't know if you've seen it from, because we all watch Arsenal now and again, but I'm not deep into Arsenal. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
They're our rivals at the end of the day. Have you ever seen at Arsenal in your time players that seem like they don't care, like Tottenham players seem like they don't care?
I've never seen this before in my life. I've never seen this before in my life.
And the next part to that question is, Angus, why? Why do you think it is how it is at Spurs? Is it because, the alignment of the club is just like rubbish? The people that are employed at the club to bring better players to the club, they can't do their job properly. Is it because Vidal's hands are tied from people that are above him, the Nick Bouchers and the Charringtons and all those type of people?
I think it's a combination of everything. It's a combination of everything, in my opinion.
Fair play. That was short and sweet, Angus. I thought you was going to go.
I don't know what to say. I just think it's a combination of everything. Your players, your fans, everything. It's the whole club in general.
Fair play. Ben's come in.
For wanting Arsenal to, for wanting to lose to stop Arsenal winning the league, yeah, something like that, yeah. When it comes to the fans,
listen.
We'll get our revenge soon enough. Don't you worry about that.
Well, we're in the Championship. That's revenge. That'll be. I think
that's karma. That's karma. That's your karma at the end of the day. That's karma.
Morning, Ben.
Morning. I haven't got long, unfortunately, Cookie, so I'll just come and take out. Firstly, I've got to say, Sheriff hasn't fixed the bloody potholes in the road. And so, absolute fraud of a man. Big up to you, Sheriff. Big up to the Cookmeister. Big up to the chat. I've been looking at the chat whilst over my first cup of coffee, and I'm just a tiny bit irate because everyone seems to be moaning. You should have been moaning 5 years ago, guys. And this is not a slight at the Tottenham fan base. And this is not an I told you so, even though it is a bit of an I told you so. I remember as part of the old protest group, because I am now officially a retired protester, I will not, any meaningless, futile protest, I'm not going to. It's not worth my time. It's not worth Tottenham Hotspur's time because we've lost. The protest movement has lost. We have all lost at Enoch. It's too late. I remember when I was outside the training ground, raining sideways, only 10 of us turned up. Only 10 of us turned up, and we told you then, if Tottenham Hotspur continue the way we're continuing, we will get relegated. I've got the receipts. I've been on streams for years. The likes of Coover in the chat, I've seen it all over. They've spoken to me for years. Cookie, we've known each other for a couple of years now.
Yeah.
There is no point. What's the point of us all going on here and moaning? We should have been moaning 5, 6, 7, 8 years ago. We're not taking on a football club anymore. We're taking on a global billion-pound institution of a multimedia and multi-property empire. When it's just a football club, you've got a chance. You've got a chance when it's just a football club because a football club only has one goal in mind, which is to win football matches. Football doesn't mean anything to Tottenham Hotspur anymore because we got the boxing and all those events that bring in millions. We got the concerts that bring in millions. Football, it doesn't matter. If the football team could fold tomorrow and it wouldn't be a drop in Enix Ocean, because then they could just say, well, we don't have the football anymore. Now we can book up concerts and events for the rest of the year, and we can make far more money and sell the tickets for, instead of selling a ticket for £100 to someone going to watch a football game and having to pay a player 200 grand a week. They can charge £300 a ticket and they don't have to pay shit. We've lost. So we can all be moaning about the football results. I love to moan about the football results because that's what football have to do at the end of the day. There's nothing. I said it when, you can back me up. Someone I massively respect is on the panel now in Mia. I said this years ago. The moment we sold Harry Kane, Tottenham Hotspur could go down, and I was called a told me you're talking bollocks. And not even 4 years later, we're getting relegated. And it's obvious we're getting relegated. We got players that don't give a shit about the badge. We've got a director of football that's already relegated one big football club in Aston Villa and Johan Lang, the worst director of football in the history of football. We've got him who's already taken one big club down. Tottenham Hotspur are no longer a big club. And we can talk about, I know it's banter between the North London rivalries. The moment we go down, we're not Arsenal's rivals anymore. What right do we have to be Arsenal's rivals? We're getting slapped. We haven't won a game this year in the league. We've not won it. That's not acceptable.
But one thing I will say is that even when Leeds were relegated, they were still Man United's rivals. I don't think that rivalry ever stops. Yeah, you're not rivals because you don't play each other, but you're still
it's only
rivals.
A rivalry because of distance of where the football clubs are. A rivalry should be, we beat you 1 week, they beat us the next week. That's a rivalry because that's not how rivalry works in football. Because otherwise, like, every team's a rival to another team. Like, that's not, rivalries come from deep rooted things of the past that have happened. That's why Leeds and Man U have got a massive rivalry, you know. But
Mill and West Ham, they're still massive rivals.
Yeah, that's it.
That's only because of history, though.
Yeah, but that's what rivalry is.
We're not a rival to Arsenal. They come to White Hart Lane and put 4 past us every single time.
That's not what. Yeah, but that's not what rivalry is.
That's not a rivalry. That's bullying. That's abuse. They come to us and they easily beat us.
But you're misstating what rivalry is. That's what it is. It's about the history. That's what a rivalry is. That's what I think Anthony was trying. It's Anthony, isn't it? Sorry. That's what he's trying to point out. It's about the history. That is what rivalry means. It's the history makes a rivalry, not your in and out of results that you get during the season. That's not what a rivalry is.
For most Arsenal fans, for example, their biggest rivalry is Manchester United, not Tottenham. It's Manchester United.
A lot of
Arsenal fans of the yesteryear will say that Manchester United are their biggest rivalry because back in the glory days of the Premier League, those two despised each other. They despised each other. We're a little bro. They're little. Every time they come to White Hart Lane, they little bro us. We're easily going to put 5 past you. When Arsenal turn up, they don't little bro Man United. They don't put 4 past them in the first half. They don't do that. Yes, I know we had the result of Man United Arsenal when it was 8-2 to Man United. That's a red herring. It's not a red herring anymore. Losing to Arsenal, we're openly employing Arsenal fans that are laughing at us whilst wearing their Arsenal shirts. We've got more Arsenal fans at the football club than we do Tottenham fans.
Okay, Ben, sorry, can I say something? But what about Chelsea though? Because Chelsea see us as a serious rival, and they beat us every year.
Do Chelsea see us as a serious rival?
Rory Jennings and stuff. He hates Tottenham. Goes on.
That's history. Again, it's a historical thing, and I know history matters. every time we go at Stamford Bridge, we shit ourselves. We've not beaten Chelsea. We beat them once in 30 years. That's not a rivalry.
But that doesn't diminish your rivalry, because rivalry is history. It's nothing to do with what you currently do in the league. That's what we're trying to say. Rivalry isn't diminished by results. It's not that's not how rivalry works, because that's what we're saying about teams in other leagues. They're still rivals. When Sunderland were down and they weren't with Newcastle, they were still their rivals, no matter what. That is their rivals, man.
Doesn't really have another rival other than Newcastle, though.
But
not really.
Doesn't matter. They're still their rivals, no matter what. It didn't matter, because that is their rivals. What I'm trying to say, it doesn't matter where you are. You're still rivals because of history. So that is the difference. It's the history that makes the rivalry.
Personally, I think we're over obsessed with it. We're over obsessed with it, and I know we're over obsessed with it. We were laughing at them last year. Oh, we finished 17th, but we won a cup. And we're getting relegated. No one's going to care about that night in Bilbao when we're playing against Lincoln City away next year. No one's going to care about it. They're going to see it as a red herring. It's a red herring.
I'm telling you now, Leicester still care that they won the league before Arsenal won the league. So they still care. But they're going to be in League One next year.
They're going to be in League One.
But they still care about winning it. They still care about winning it.
I'm friends with a Leeds fan. He said he'll take relegation if it meant his club won the FA Cup.
That's unacceptable. It's unacceptable.
It's about trophies, and I don't want to get
staying in the Premier. I love the FA Cup, and the FA Cup is an occasion next best to Christmas Day. If you listen to Chaz and Dave, winning the FA Cup earns you 300 grand to £1 million. Yeah, it's nothing. Yeah, it's nothing.
Look at Wigan have fled. They got obviously they won the FA Cup, got relegated,
and now they're nothing.
I saw their fans. I bet they still say, you know, that FA.
The only thing that's popular about Wigan is a Wigan kebab, which is a pie and a bap. That's the only thing that's good about Wigan at the moment. No one cares they won the FA Cup and Ben Watson scored. No one cares.
Their fans would though.
They don't, because they were in the Premier League. When you're a Premier League team, you matter. When you're not at the table anymore, you don't matter.
It never leaves you. When you win things, it never leaves you.
Exactly.
They don't matter.
It does matter, because all the stuff we've won, we don't diminish it because we won it in League. If we won stuff in League One, whatever we won, we still won it, right? It doesn't matter where we were. We still use that in our history to say we won stuff.
I don't, to be honest, because I wasn't alive.
You don't use a trophy, so you don't use the trophies of the past. All the years I was born in '82, so we won in '82. All those trophies we've won, I might not have seen them, but I was born. We still won trophies, right? Like, what I'm trying to say, it doesn't matter, does it? Past trophies are still past trophies.
We stopped being a trophy-winning football club years ago. There was even a session about the style of play that Tottenham play, the Tottenham way. The last 3 trophies that Spurs won, did we win playing the so-called Tottenham way? No. The last trophy we playing decent football was 1991. Paul Stewart scored the goal. Big up Paul Stewart and the shrine of Paul Stewart. Big up. The last 3 trophies, we are a shadow of a football club. We're not a football club anymore. We're not a football club. Everything about Spurs is a lie. It's a lie just to make ourselves look good at night. It's a bedtime story.
I've got to agree with someone in the chat. We were founded in 1882, not when somebody was born. Like, all those trophies, all that history matters for a reason. All of that matters for a reason. I'm not saying currently we're great. I'm not saying that for one moment, because we have massively cocked up with stuff. But what I'm trying to say, you're diminishing history of our club, which I don't think, as a Tottenham fan, I can't understand why anybody who supports Tottenham would diminish anything that we have done and achieved.
Because we're not proud of our history. We're not proud of the club itself. The club itself isn't proud of the history.
You're not. You might not be proud of our history, but I bloody well am. Whenever anyone says, I know that we were like the first to do a lot of stuff in the history of Tottenham, so I'm flipping proud of that, even if I wasn't born. It doesn't matter to me.
I'll ask you this, Mia. and we love our arguments, me and Mia. If you've never seen this before, you can go back in Spurs YouTube history. How many times is Tottenham Hotspur written on the side of the stadium?
Yeah, no, I understand. I understand.
They
What you're
don't
saying
even
about
care
the
we're Tottenham
stadium.
Hotspur. They don't even want to be Tottenham Hotspur. They don't, because they would. If you were really cared about the name and the history of the football club, you'd display it. You'd have statues of the legends outside the stadium. They don't care. We're a property multimedia empire. We're not a football club.
But just because they don't
care about the history. They don't even care.
But just because they don't care, it doesn't mean, but just because they don't care doesn't mean I don't care as a fan. That makes no sense. Just because they don't care doesn't mean I don't bloody care. I care.
My dad was around for some of those trophies that we won, and he's told me stuff about Spurs winning stuff. So does that mean it doesn't matter because I wasn't around for it?
But we're not proving it. We're not proving it. We're a big club that's, well, formerly a big club, because big clubs don't get relegated. Big clubs don't get relegated. That's as simple as that. If you're a big club with a...
True. Hold on a minute. Aston Villa got relegated and they won a Champions League. Don't tell me big clubs don't get relegated. They were a big club. They've got relegated. Don't say that big clubs
They used to be a big club.
Get relegated.
They used to be a big club. They used to be a big club.
They won it in my lifetime.
Big clubs win things. Arsenal haven't been a serious club for a long, but the moment they win that Premier League and they're back on their perch, Arsenal can say we're back amongst it again. They've not been relevant. They've not been relevant for years. Now they are, because they're competing.
So were we relevant when we had Poch? We were relevant when we had Poch then, right? Is that what you're saying? We were only relevant when we had Poch because we were challenging and not winning anything. That's nonsense. You just said winning matters.
Winning matters if you constantly win. If you win 1 out of 17 years, you're not relative. It's a red herring. It's a red herring. It doesn't mean anything unless you... We got an absolute golden ticket this year. We had an absolute shit show of a season, finishing 17th, which is never acceptable for Tottenham Hotspur. Finishing 17th never matters. It's unacceptable. But we had a golden ticket of being in the Champions League and earning hundreds of millions of pounds. And what did we do? We spat it up the wall, like we always do. Yeah. We had the golden ticket. And that proves the club don't even care. They don't care. They don't care about nothing. They had the chance. They had a massive, massive, massive chance to rectify a horrible mistake of years of poor planning. And they decided to buy only 4 players, and mostly children, like they've always done. So I'm not mad we're getting relegated. I'm not mad about it, because it's been coming for years. When you have the chance to sign a Bruno Fernandes, one of the best midfielders in the league, and you say, nah, we're not having that. We'll get Gedson Fernandes instead. We'll do that. Because we buy cheap, that means you buy twice. So you spend more money buying crap. Because when you buy cheap, you always buy twice, Cookie. And I know you're nodding because it's the truth.
It is, mate. Ben, look, we've been doing this for years, mate. We get the odd gem now and again.
Yep.
Right. We get the odd gem come through that they'll buy for 20, 25, 30 million quid, whatever. Yeah. Or they'll go and find, like they did back in the day, a Dele Alli. Yeah.
Yep.
We ain't finding no fucking Dele Alli because the dickheads upstairs ain't got a Scooby-Doo what they're doing. They ain't got a day's football between them. Or
even worse, Cookie, we're sacking the people like David Pleat that did sign the good players and replacing them with fucking Johan Lang.
Yes.
Ben, I agree with the players and stuff. I totally agree with you and stuff. Yeah, you made some great points there. But when it comes to the rivalry thing, I won't agree with that. But about the players, I think you're absolutely spot on.
Our rivalry is going to be Watford. That's the North London derby next year.
Vicarage Road
away. That's our North London derby next year.
Yeah. The last time
how far is that from? Charlton?
Watford's not far. Still Hertfordshire. It's probably 20,
what
15
about
miles down the M25.
My other half goes to Watford every day. It's not a difficult journey.
Not far.
That's relative. That's all right. 25 minutes on the M25.
I used to live on Oxford Street, which was the road that literally was opposite the ground. That the main road was outside, and I lived on the back road behind it. honestly, I was just going to say, the last time I actually went to a Watford game, I was a kid, and that was the day that Glenn Hoddle scored that wonder goal.
Big up the Elton John stand, eh? Big up the Elton John. But this is Spurs fans now need to start having uncomfortable conversations about where we are as a football club, as a fan base, and as an institution of a football club. Because Keith Birkinshaw said it decades ago, but it's really true now. We're not a football club anymore. We're not a football club. We are a property empire, an entertainment venue that has a sports team every 2 weeks just to keep the punters coming in for cash flow. That's what Tottenham Hotspur is. We are cash flow to them. We're no longer... They don't even call us supporters. They call us clients. They don't even care. They don't even care. That the only reason they wanted to keep Son for so many years is because they didn't want regular Spurs fans coming in every week. They wanted people coming across the world spending 500 quid. They didn't want Spurs fans. They don't want me coming into the ground spending only 3 quid on a drink from the corner shop. They don't care. They want you to go in there and spend 500 quid. They don't care about us. And the team don't care about us either. So we deserve to go down. It's going to happen. And there we are.
We are where we are, as they say. You know, and again, Ben, where did I write that down? I wanted to ask you about something. Where have I wrote it? Or perhaps I haven't wrote it. Blues had the plot this morning, chaps. Ben, is there anything that and to all of you, I asked it a bit earlier, but is there anything that can be done now with 6 games to go, bearing in mind the manager's just come in? Is it just a lost cause now? And, you know, you can't see where the next point's coming from? Is that where you're at with it? Or is it just a fact of we're not going to get enough points to stay up?
If I don't think the players are good enough. So even if they had the right attitude, I don't think they're good enough to take us out of it. Because as Kuva's been saying it in the chat, we don't have a single footballer in the team.
No.
And even the only footballer he's not even playing. There must be an issue there, because now we've had 3 managers there now. We've had Frank that wouldn't play Xavi Simons. We had Igor Tudor that wouldn't play Xavi Simons, and first game doesn't play Xavi Simons.
So again, Ben, that was what that was what I forgot about. Actually, it was about Xavi Simons. Why? What is it? I mean, we don't know exactly, but could it be attitude in trading? Do they think he's just too lightweight? Why would you not play your only creative player that's available?
You tell me, Cookie. A blind man, a blind person could have told you that playing Archie Gray and Bergvall against Granit Xhaka immediately means a loss. Yeah. A blind man could have told you that. I like Bergvall. But Spurs fans have put him on a pedestal that no footballer can live up to, just like we do with every young kid that comes through off the bench. We put them on a pedestal that the pressure they can't hold. They're children. You don't need children in a relegation battle. You need men. You need men with experience, with know-how. And I don't mean to... I will big up Ellie, because I love Ellie. I big up to Auntie Ellie. And everyone used to laugh at her that she loved Højbjerg. We could do with 10 Højbjergs in this team. And yes, he wasn't good enough. But he would show some character. He'd show some leadership. He'd get into a tackle.
What, by pointing at others and falling over? By pointing at others and falling over the ball? When he made a mistake, he used to point at other people, man. No chance. He used to bloody be a nightmare. Bloody Højbjerg. Big up, Ellie.
He'd walk into this team. He would do the Michael Jackson just to big up Angus. He'd moonwalk into this team.
He's better than Hollywood, that's for sure, isn't he?
He'd had the mentality. There's a reason that both Jose Mourinho and Antonio Conte liked him. There's a reason they liked him, because he got on with it. He rolled his sleeves up. We could even do with an Eric Dyer in the team. Just players with character that actually care. These players don't care. They don't care.
Whenever Dyer first came to Spurs, he was pretty decent.
And even our old rejects like a Harry Winks would almost walk into this team.
Listen, I never liked Harry Winks, mate. He weren't for me because I didn't think he was the standard of Tottenham. Right?
No, I don't think I make you right, Cookie, but at least he cared.
Yes.
At least he cared. At least he cared. Yeah. Players like Ollie Skip, not good enough. At least they cared.
Well, they're in a relegation dogfight with Leicester, so they can't care that too much, can they, about their own
They
club?
cared when they were at Spurs, though, because they were Spurs boys.
Yeah.
Maybe.
They cared when they were at Spurs, but I rest. There's no point protesting. There's no point complaining about it. We're going down. It's been a long time coming, and if we sold Harry Kane to Man City earlier, this would have happened a lot sooner. This would have happened a lot sooner.
Covered a lot of cracks up, Kane and Son. A lot of cracks.
All the cracks in the world.
Yeah.
And Tottenham are going to be a championship club next year. Not in a good way.
Do we come straight back up, Ben?
I don't think so. I don't think so.
Well, it all depends what the summer will be like, isn't it, really?
Yeah, that's what Spurs fans have been saying for the last 25 years, mate. Wait for the summer. We'll have a good window. Look at this. We'll wait for the window.
They'll just bring all the loan players, all the kids back. That they've been out on loan at championship teams, and so on. Mikey Moore up in the Scottish Premiership. All these lads will come back. These are going to be, if we go down, all your new signings that are already at the club.
Bring back Josh Keeley.
Yeah.
Bring back Josh Keeley. I'd have Josh Keeley. Like the kid, great attitude, won a trophy at Luton. Yes, it's only the EFL Cup. Won a trophy at Luton at his first asking. He's doing a great job over there, Jack Wilshere. You got to give it to him. He's doing a job. Didn't expect it, but he's doing it. Mikey Moore will be in the team if he doesn't want to stay at Rangers. If Rangers don't win the league and they're playing Champions League football next year, you might want to stay there.
What happens with Vuskovic?
Will Lancashire up front.
We might as well forget about Vuskovic because if we go down, he's not coming back to us.
Oh, no, he isn't. No, he isn't. Bayern Munich wants him.
Yeah.
I'll have that. Go to Bayern Munich.
Yeah.
Do you think Dante will stay? Do you think Dante will stick around?
I think he will.
I like Dante, but maybe not. Dante
and Phillips is our defenders.
I'd make
Phillips will be one of your centre halves next year.
I'd make Dante captain. If he stayed, I'd make him captain.
Yeah.
He's your old school defender, isn't he?
But yet they won't play him. They play the fashionable players in Romero. They play the fashionable players.
Dante cares. You can tell he cares, can't you? I think he's one of the only ones that care.
The most overrated centre back in the world.
What's that?
Say that again, Angus.
I said Romero, the most overrated centre back in the world.
Oh, yeah, Romero is, yeah. Some Spurs fans big up Romero.
I'll go even further than you, Angus. I think he's the worst captain in the history of Tottenham Hotspur Football Club. Yeah. The worst captain in the history of Tottenham Hotspur Football Club. And a lot of Tottenham fans complained about Sonny being captain. Sonny was a captain. People loved him. People fought for him. People won a trophy for him. I don't see players dying for Romero because they see that Romero doesn't care about Tottenham Hotspur. And again, you said it earlier in the show. Romero's not crying because he's going to miss the relegation dogfight. He's crying because he's not going to be playing for Argentina in the World Cup. That's where his true loyalties lie.
I've heard that he's out for the rest of the season, but he's going to be available for the World Cup.
Absolutely, mate.
Convenient, isn't it?
Yeah, so that just defeats your point because he was crying about the World Cup. He's going to make, but if he's going to make the World Cup, but
they're not going to pick him, are they?
I reckon they will still pick him. Yeah, I think they still will pick him. So if he's available, that means that he wasn't crying for that reason. If he's going to make the World Cup, I reckon they still pick him. I still don't think they will. I don't think they're not going to pick him.
And with the Spurs medical team, he's going to be out for 2 years. It's a shame because it was a shame because he's one of the players we might actually be able to get money for in the summer when we go down.
Yeah, but I think if he is fit for the World Cup, I think at the time he probably thought when he went down he was going to miss the World Cup, so he started crying. But just something I heard yesterday that he's going to miss the rest of the season. Like, is it 5 to 8 weeks or something? But he'll be fit for the World Cup, so he's probably a lot happier now.
But there's my rant over with. Sorry, I've taken over the stream, Cookie.
You haven't
but
took nothing over, mate. That's what this.
You can always clip it if you want. You can always clip it. But I've got to do some coffee work because it's that time of day. Everyone, lovely to meet you on the panel. Mia, great to see you again. Great to see you back. Angie boy, you're a fraud. And I hope you're boss wet.
Second again, ole, ole. Second again, ole, ole.
Big up, everyone. Have a wonderful rest of the day. And Sheriff, if you're listening, Sheriff, fix the fucking roads. Big up, everyone. Cheers, everyone. Ciao for now.
Yeah, Sheriff, fix the fucking roads. Jesus. Or either that or come and fix Tottenham Hotspur. Someone needs to fix it. I've wrote down here. And this is going to be quite a controversial question I'm going to ask. Maybe. All right. Is it Stellegation time now? As in the fact, was Stell right by pointing out, not necessarily right to say that maybe he wants us to go down for the reasons that he thinks it's the only way, that maybe either the people upstairs will pull their finger out or sell up, right? Is anyone coming round to that way of thinking now? Because I don't know what we do now. Honestly, the club's run so badly. Is it just a case of, look, fans are going to have to bite the bullet. We are going down. And yeah, maybe it is the only way. They either pull their finger out or decide to go, because they'll still make a lot of money on whatever the purchase price was. Go on.
The thing is, nobody's gonna sell depreciating assets. They're not going to sell it for less than what they could have got for it. There's no way they're going to sell it, right? I don't believe that for 1 second. And no, I don't think it's the right thing, because if you don't trust them to do the right thing now, how are we going to trust they're going to do the right thing when we're in the Championship and that we could actually go further down? Because I wouldn't trust them. If you don't trust them, you don't trust them. So being relegated does not change that. It doesn't change that for me. So no, I don't think that relegation is the best thing for us. When you look at the impact that it could have financially on us, I don't think so. No, absolutely not.
But do you think, Mia, that again, I'll keep using the word if, I think we're gone, but, there's still time for it to change for whatever reason. But do you see where Stell's coming from the part of, because we know, history tells us, Mia, that being in the Premier League, that Enoch really don't care, right? We've got to that stage now where we are that, it's plain to see for everyone, surely, that where we are now is because of how the club's run. Do you not think, even in a very small way, that if we go down, because they're going to be losing so much money, because the price of the club is going to, be cut in half from, 4 billion to 2 billion or 1.5 billion, whatever it is. When they see that, surely the thought of spending a little bit of money, to even get you back to where you were, does that not? Do you not think that could be a possibility that they could do that?
Right, so I get where you're coming from, and I get where, yes, that could happen, but we've not trusted them. They've not spent correctly in all this time. What makes anybody think they're going to now spend correctly on the right players to do that? Then if we do go up, we're going to have to spend more money, because we'll have Championship players, not Premier League players. Who trusts them to do that again, to refix it again? Does anybody? Because I think they've made so many mistakes thus far. How are we going to trust they're going to do the right thing this time? That's your problem, right? We spend, but we don't spend correctly. So you think in the Championship now they're going to start spending correctly? Absolutely not.
How much do you think? How much? So we get obviously 62,000 in the stadium now.
Yeah.
How much do you think the attendances will drop in the Championship, roughly?
Half of that. You'll get half of that, 34, maybe 30,000.
The first few games I don't think you'll see it full up, but you might sort of get a bit more than that. But I think once the novelty wears off, unless they're winning every week, that is exactly what you're going to get. About 30,000 fans in there.
My whole thing with Enoch is last year should have been a major warning sign where we finished. Like major warning sign. They should have done something last season, beginning of the season, and bought properly. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because they said, we will be competing on all fronts, and what did they do? Nothing. And now we're going to get relegated, and we can't trust them to do anything if we go down. They'll be like, oh, okay, we've gone down, that's fine. I can see us being a non-league. If they don't change their ways and they don't go, I can see us being a non-league side.
I can't see us getting that bad.
Keep talking, people. I'm doing a poll. Keep talking.
We went. I think someone, if we get relegated again or something, I think someone eventually they'll sell up and someone will take it. I can't see us ever getting a non-league side. Can you?
Anyone else? Go on. Sorry, I was doing a poll. I was trying to do it anyway. I don't know if it's come up, but there you go. Has it come up? Can anyone see it?
No.
Or maybe League Two side, maybe. Is it League? No, hang on. Yeah,
League One, but I can't see us ever getting that low.
It's a disgrace that we're even going down, Anthony, though. We're talking about fucking League One and whatever else. Listen.
Pete, I see on the chat, Pete's put to me League Two in 2 years or something like that.
Yeah.
He's right as well. I can see that happening.
All right, I'll use Leicester as an example, right? 10 years ago, they won the Premier League, right? Yeah. And now they're going down to League One. And they had
and they've still won the league before Arsenal have, though, eh?
Yeah.
Remind me again, last time you won anything? That was actually
last year, matey. We won the Europa League, fella. That's nothing. So does that mean that you hold on? If that don't count, are you going to discount all your community shields and the ones that you've won that are nothing then in your count?
I don't count community shields as trophies. I don't count community shields as trophies, though.
Mia, I thought Arsenal were going to win the quadruple this year.
Yeah, the quadruple being bottle jobs. That's the only thing they're winning.
Bye-bye. To the championship you go. Don't let the door hit you on the way out.
Yeah, we'll probably win the championship before you win the Premier League, mate.
Let's see.
Well said.
The championship's still a trophy, though, isn't
it? You're still in championship, though. I'll be in the Premier League.
The other day, right? It said 10 years ago, Leicester won the league, right? And Tottenham finished third, right? And then it said 10 years later, Spurs get relegated. Leicester get relegated again, but Arsenal still finish second.
You finished third in a two-horse race.
I knew as soon as that come up.
Third in a two-horse race.
Yeah, and then we finished second the year after that.
Listen, we did that. If you bottle it again, you'll be the only team that's bottled it 4 times in a row while you're the top the most, and you then failed
you're going
again
to
win it.
You cannot say nothing.
We'll go to the championship having won something more sooner than you. How shameful is that, big Arsenal? Shame on you, fella. Shame on you, innit?
Shame on you for going to the championship, actually. Shame on you for going to the championship. For hyping up all your players who think they're better than they actually are, when they're crap in general.
Right.
Why are you getting so rattled by little Tottenham, yeah? Why are you getting so rattled when we say this to you, bottle jobs? Why are you getting rattled about it, fella? Because you know, innit? Because you're serial losers, exactly like what Jose said. Serial loser, mate.
Hold on. Says the club who's won nothing for 17 years.
We won a trophy last season, dingbat.
Not a trophy.
What, a European trophy is not a trophy?
That's not a big trophy, though. Come on, let's be honest.
The Champions League's not a European trophy, no?
That's not a big trophy, though.
You didn't say big trophy. You said trophy, man. You said trophy. It's still a trophy. Still a trophy. You said trophy.
Spurs actually have a better European history than Arsenal. So Arsenal can't be.
Yeah, okay. You have a better European history than us.
You'd love to win the Europa League, just to win a European
Okay,
trophy.
I agree. You have a better. All right, okay. I admit we have a shocking European record. I agree with that. We need to, and let's see if we can do it this year. I don't know.
Didn't you lose a trophy in Europe to Chelsea and you couldn't even get it over the line? So you're telling us about European trophy. You couldn't do it, fella. When you was in it, you kept bottling that as well. Good luck. Yeah, cool.
If you do win it though, you better. Mm-hmm.
If you do, hold on. What happened in the game against Southampton? If you do, what happened to the game against City? If you do, you talk the talk, but you don't walk the walk in it.
And nearly do you. You're walking all your way to the championship.
That's good, man.
I still won a trophy before you. Still.
Lincoln away. I'm all for it, man.
Lincoln away, ole.
Stoke City cold Tuesday night.
The pictures come out, man.
Oh my days.
Wow, dear, oh dear.
Every team is going to come to your stadium. It's going to be a final for them. It's going to be a final for them.
100%.
You're going to roll out the red carpet for every single team.
Yeah.
They don't roll out the red carpet for us, so you know.
And they're going to kick the crap out of you as well.
Go on, Angus.
Every single team that's going to come to your stadium next season is going to kick the crap out of you, and your players are going to fall over as well because they won't handle the pressure because they're all going to be kids.
What's the difference between next season and this then? That's what happens this season, so it's going to be no different next season, right?
Exactly. It's not going to change then.
It's not going to change. So it's going to be no different to what we're experiencing now.
Exactly.
Every team comes and kicks the crap out of us at home, you know?
Unless the mentality, Steve, unless the mentality changes at this club, we could end up going in a downward spiral.
And that's Enoch. It all stems from Enoch, like I said earlier. That's the problem.
Hang on a minute. Royalty's joined here. Look at this.
There you go.
It's about 4 o'clock in the morning in Canada, isn't it?
No.
So.
You're right, Mr. Dago.
First of all, let me just say, hey, Mia, how are you? I haven't seen you for ages.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm just about to jump off, though, because I've just had a phone call that I need to take. So I'm unfortunately going to have to leave you with the bottle job, Angus. Make sure you keep giving him stick in the chat, people, because don't let him get away with his nonsense. Don't let him get away with it. Not for 1 second.
Okay, nonsense.
Yeah, nonsense. Yes, I said nonsense.
Okay.
I'm so glad that you can understand English. Yes, I said nonsense. Good luck. Goodbye.
I have to say,
I'm Scottish. That's why I can understand English.
I was being sarcastic because you said you understood and you heard me. That's why it's called sarcasm. Sorry, I'm sorry. You're not clever enough to get sarcasm. My bad.
Mia,
I have to say, I woke up to hearing them two going at it, and I thought I'd come and be Switzerland. And when it's me that has to be Switzerland, you know you're in trouble. First of all, there's someone here that I need to say a big hello to. In the middle on the top row, Anthony.
There you go.
Who I speak to on WhatsApp and everything. I hope you're good, brother. Finally, I get to see you.
Yeah, I'm good. How are you? You all right?
I'm good. Mark, welcome back. Stevie, my brother, I hope you're good. And Angus, how are we, bro?
I'm all right, bud. How are you?
Yeah, I'm okay. Spurs are crap.
Same shit, different day then.
Basically, yeah. So, like I said to you, Angus, when you've been on the show, we can't say anything.
Yeah.
Like I said, we can all have fun that you lost on Saturday.
Yeah.
All the bands that's coming back at all the bands that's coming back at us.
It's going to be 10 times worse. It's going to be 10 times worse when you get relegated.
It doesn't matter if it's 10 times worse. It's been self-inflicted by a bad board, bad ownership, bad decision making, blah 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 blah. And I've always said, if you're big enough to give it, you got to be big enough to take it. It's where we are. I just want to good morning to everyone in the chat. But I'm still waking up. I woke up at literally 9 minutes ago. And I thought, oh, wait a minute, I said I might join the Mark shows. And I was
time
like,
is it over here? What time is it in Canada?
It is right now 6:15 in the morning.
Oh,
Jesus.
6:15. Jesus.
Oh,
Christ.
Claire's in here. Mwah. But yeah, where were we before I came in? And
Just Brian, by all means, just tell us about the shit show, mate. Tell us about the game at the weekend for a start.
there was a game. There was a game of football on Sunday.
Well, yeah,
We didn't play it.
apparently. Yeah.
Look, the way I'm looking at it right now, that it's not even worth talking about. There's no point talking about Sunday's game anymore. Whether people want to start talking about refereeing, whether people want to start talking about Romero's injury, look, it's all done. I've got my new song that Paul's asked me to sing. It's a morning time song, so why not? The biggest word you've ever heard, and this is how it goes. Oh, supercalifragilistic fuck off venkatesham. There you go. You like that one?
Oh, I was waiting for the next bit, bro.
Oh, mate, I'm working on it. I'm working on it. I need to speak to Ben Daniel. But yeah, look, there's no point talking. I think what you got to look at Leeds last night, who were incredible.
Mm-hmm.
And the most important thing you take from Leeds is they were 2-0 up and coasting. And when it became 2-1, Man U were trying to give it everything, and Leeds stood up to the fight.
Yeah.
Leeds didn't crumble. Leeds didn't capitulate. Yes, Man U were down to 10 men, but Man U were going at throwing the kitchen sink at them. And we are where we are now. We are where we are. We've got a big. Oh wait a minute! Did I just see Audio Artisan in there? He's changed. I keep seeing him when he's changed his name. You just brought his camera up the one before, but yeah, big up again. If I've missed any names, big up to everyone. But this is where we are. This is where we are. We've got to look at the situation we're in. We've got, like I was on Savage yesterday, and Savage said something to me the first time. I've been looking at it, and I'm sure many other people have, as in, right, where can we get the wins from? Where can we do this? Where can we do that? We're in the bottom two by 2 points. Savage started looking at it saying, how many points, like if Leeds win it, like they've won. If they win again on Wednesday, they're 9 points ahead of us.
Yeah.
So realistically, to catch Leeds, we've got to win 4 of our last 6 games. We've won 2 in 23.
So where do 4 wins come from, Brian?
Exactly for Leeds. So if Leeds win on Wednesday, I think they're out of it. And it's between us, Forest and West Ham. Forest are at home to Burnley.
Yeah.
West Ham, they got Crystal Palace. Crystal Palace. And we're playing one of the most informed teams in the Premier League, who have won 5 out of the last 6. They've won more games in their last 6 than we've won home games all season.
Can I ask you one question? Can I ask you something? When we play West Ham, who do you want to win that game?
You.
Really?
I thought I'd never hear that day, actually.
Mate, like I said, put it this way. What you got to remember, and a lot of people disagreed with it about the Man City beating us at home. When you look at it, if they that was, we still would have got Europa League. We still would have, whether people agreed with it or not, we were still going to be in Europe.
Yeah.
So there wasn't really. So whether people, I was one of them that didn't want Arsenal to win the league, as you know, as a lot of people know.
Yeah, I know.
If it meant losing that game, but you know what? If we had won that game, there was a good chance we would have gone into Champions League. If we got into the Champions League, we wouldn't have won the Europa League. I know it's a sick, twisted kind of thought process, but it's a fact what it is. Right now, mate, this is our life. In the grand schemes of things, I could not give a single damn about what you guys do. I mean, if it means you have to win the league, Angus, for us to stay up, then win the league. Yeah. Win the league.
I just don't know if we will. That's the worrying part. I just don't.
That's the beauty. That's the beauty. I don't need to worry. You guys will.
I'm worrying. I'm worrying for myself. I'm worrying for myself because these next 2 games will tell me everything. Sporting Lisbon, Man City Sunday. Those 2 games are the biggest games in our history.
Mate, but all I will say, and I'm not taking this as a piss, Angus. I'm not trying to.
Brother, I know you never take the piss. I know.
No, if you lose on Sunday, it's done.
Mate, I think it's done already. I can't lie. I think it's done already.
Man City suddenly look up for it, don't they? The last few weeks.
Yeah. You know what? It's when they sprinkled Semenyo and Gehi in that team, and it was done.
Well, do you know what? It's like mate. I heard a stat on Sunday. Saturday. It's Mikel Arteta's best month is April, and in the whole time of April since Arteta's been there, the only game you've won is the Sporting game you won last week.
Yep, that's true. Which is mental.
I mean, you're going top 4. I mean, we look at it, and we haven't been able. We've won 2 games in 23. But the fact that April in 6 years you've only won 1 game, and it's not even a domestic game, is ridiculous.
That's all because of him as well. That's all because of him.
Yeah, Arteta. I've said for ages. I just don't get Arteta. If you don't win the league, it's all on him.
I wanted him to go for 4 years. I wanted him to go for 4 years. I don't want him anymore. He needs to go.
Apart from set pieces, which even though that's dried up lately, I just don't know. That's where all your goals come from. Open play. I don't see where your goals come from really. But even set plays,
we're shocking.
Even set plays dried up lately.
I don't understand why he doesn't start Eze and Odegaard together and play Rice in the pivot. I don't understand why he doesn't try that. Something different.
As Spurs fans, we shouldn't really be saying, I can't see where your goals are coming from.
That's true. That's true.
Oh, yeah. Well, I was talking about an Arsenal perspective and stuff for them winning the league. We're in a.
He does have a point, though, to be fair.
That's the thing. They're going for the league. They've been first all league all season, pretty much. Angus, have you been first all season? And I'm not saying that as a joke.
I actually don't know.
Weren't Liverpool first for
I actually don't know.
Oh, Liverpool were. They won 5 for 5, didn't they? Yeah, you're right. You're right. But so we'll probably say since September, October. But
I think October, November time.
Well, put it this way: they're a team that scored 8 goals against us alone. But do you know what? I'm having enough trying to say the filth word, and someone else has joined the. I always do it the wrong way. Someone else has joined the stream, so I'm the shush.
Leon Stewart, and this is interesting as well because these lads are big old Leeds fans. So it's interesting to see from the perspective where I can see Stu's got a big grin on his mush there.
I have, mate. I have. Look, you know, Lee predicts score predictions every single video he does. It was the first ever time that Lee picked us to get beat yesterday. None of the Leeds fan base thought we were going to get a result against Man United. I think it's the first time we've bet Man United at Old Trafford in Premier League history. We've never bet them at Old Trafford.
I think in 45 years or something. You've not beaten.
Yeah, it's not like that. Yeah, it's a long time. This is why nobody had any. Nobody. If any Leeds United fan tells you that we were going to beat Man United, they're lying, because everybody says that we were going to get absolutely. You know, we were missing a few key players as well. So, look. You forget about what Tottenham fans have to forget about is Leeds United. What you need to now concentrate on is Nottingham Forest. They're the next team to you. If you think too much about Leeds United, when we go 9 points clear, you'll just get yourself in a right on state. I'd concentrate solely on catching Nottingham Forest now. I think West Ham will be fine. I saw enough in West Ham against Wolves. They've got the fight, the determination, the passion, the heart, and the desire to get out of this. Now, you've got to hope that De Zerbi can at least get them to have a bit of heart, fight, and passion to stand any remote chance of getting promoted. To stand any chance of keeping it to avoid relegation. That's what I meant. Sorry.
Yeah, fair play, Stu. Fair play. What is it in your team, Stu, that you attribute the fight and the desire from that we don't see at Tottenham? Is it because, you know, maybe at the beginning of the season you thought, well, you know, we are in the Premier League, but the chances are we are going to strong a little bit? Does that mentality start sort of at the beginning of the season, trying to keep away from that? But, you know,
we knew what we were when we were coming into division, Cookie.
You got to look at it with. I said it a few shots for a while. You look at it, Leeds, West Ham, and Forest have all had to deal with relegation struggles in the past, whether it be the Premier League, the Championship on occasions, where there's been dark days. These clubs, and I'm not saying this in a bad way, these clubs recently have had to deal with this. Leeds, since the collapse with Risdale and everything, and they had to bounce back from that. Then with Bielsa, you were in for 2 years, weren't you? And then you went down.
You went down second season, yeah.
You went down, came back up. They've had their ups and downs. Forest, what is this, their third or fourth season? They've been here. And not just they've been here. They've been here last season, but the bottom three was so crap that it was done by now. We could just go what we did. All the other teams we're fighting against, I can imagine the league, the training ground within the club. There's so many things like motivation quotes. Newcastle did it for Newcastle, where it's just fed into them. Beat the drop, we've got to beat man up. Or whatever time you want to use, they've been there, they've done it as clubs. They've as well, battled relegation and taken the hit what the Premier League money without food. They've rebuilt, had to sort their finances, come back up. My mate put a stat up. This is what I'm gonna. Let me just read this stat out because it's ridiculous. So this will just, if this doesn't explain how bad this could be, where is it? Okay, so the club with the highest turnover to ever get relegated were Leicester at around 200 million. Well, because obviously they just won the league, FA Cup, blah, blah. Ours currently is 550 million.
Yep.
So we are going to go with everything that the hip is going to take. What it's going to do to us is the biggest, and then you obviously bring in the debt, the stadium, the sponsors you'll lose, the players you'll lose, and everything that goes with it. But Leeds, West Ham and Forest have done it. I think, sorry, mate, what's your name again, Leeds fan?
It's Stuart.
Stuart, big up, Stuart. Nice to meet you. Stuart, I literally think, is that the kid behind you, yeah?
That's Lee, yeah.
Big up, Lee. Big up. So, I honestly think should you beat Wolves on Wednesday, which I believe you will, you're done. You're out. You're gone. Bye-bye. You pretty much go after that. But I think if you win Wednesday, then, like you said, it's between us, Forest, and the only thing we can hope for with Forest is they continue to stay in Europe and have to play every 4 days.
Yeah.
What's that time?
Do you think you're going to get out of it, Brian?
No.
Because I'm going to say I don't either, I'm afraid. I don't either. But do you know what's... I said this to Cookie on last show we did when I come on. I think it's criminal what the owners have done at Tottenham. And I did a video and I said that the Premier League needs Tottenham in Premier League to do. I know everyone's going to laugh at Tottenham for getting relegated, but I still believe the Premier League is a lot better with Tottenham in it than Tottenham out of it. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Because I think your fan base is a bit like Leeds. You pack your stadiums out. You take your full capacity when you go away from home. And the Premier League's going to miss that. It really is. It's going to miss it. And hopefully, though, Brian, that this should be the. I watch Stella a lot, and I'm. Although I don't agree with what he says about about getting relegated is the best thing for a club reset. I do believe if you do get relegated, hopefully this is what makes the fan base of Tottenham actually stand up and realise that they do need to get to these protests a lot more. They do.
Steve, I'll say to you that with our fan base, like you said, with our fan base, I still can't believe they're not protesting now. Instead, we are. Thankfully, it's been cancelled, but we're normally singing "Kumbaya" and "It's Me, Oh Lord" and "All Things Bright and Beautiful." That's our new songs. I'm waiting to see the flash mob. They'll probably start singing "Harry Kane is one of our own." He's happy. I'm not joking. That's what they'll do. They'll start singing that song, even though we're going. All other clubs would be going absolutely nuts. All clubs would be going nuts. But here with us, I'm telling you now, and I've heard it already, if we go down, I've seen fans on social media, I've seen fans in chats on YouTube going, well, at least my season ticket will be half price. Not
That's
not
ridiculous.
I mean, someone like Ben who has been going most of his life and pays over $2,000. I can understand the thought, but Ben is a diehard Levy Outer.
Of course.
But I'm not talking about the Levy Outers. The Levy Out, the Enoch Outers, and as the club call us, legacy fans.
Yeah.
They're the ones that have seen this all happening are, well, at least season tickets are cheap up. They will not protest. I'm telling you now, Daniel, and I've said this for years, Daniel Levy or Joe Lewis could stab some of our fans' mum, and they will apologise to Enoch to say, sorry, my mum walked into your knife. That's how bad.
Wow.
We are dealing with. That's you look at it, and Stell said something absolutely right. I don't agree with Stelligation at all. Love that man. Known him for 36 years. Love him. I understand what he's saying with Enoch will be forced to wake up. They haven't woken up for 25 years when we've been going for league titles, when we've been pushing for top four, when we've been in a relegation struggle, when they knew the money that was going to be wiped out. So I don't agree with that. But what I do agree with so goddamn much is Stell said, do you know what? Arsenal finished 8th 2 seasons in a row.
Yeah.
And Cronkies, Josh, they're like, that's unacceptable for Arsenal. That's unacceptable. 2 8s in a row, not being in Champions League for I think it was 5-6 years. We fixed this. And 8th was their cut-off point. 8th. To turn things round. We're here almost relegated. I think right now for me it's done. It was done since the Filth game. And then after the Nottingham Forest game, I sat down after it, fuming, and I was like, it's done. There's absolutely... That's when it kicked in, Steve, about it kicked in that you guys have been in the relegation battle, you know what you're doing. And then you see West Ham fighting for their lives, and you see Forest, who destroyed us and dismantled us. And then you see you going to probably your... outside of Yorkshire, by far your most heatiest rivalry away. Yeah. While they've been flying this year, or since Carrick's come in, and the first half you looked absolutely magnificent. And then the biggest thing for me in that whole game is when they went 2-1, when they equalised, was will you guys have the bottle and the mental strength and togetherness and my God, they threw the kitchen sink at you. We couldn't do that if our lives depended on it.
Yeah, they were. Sorry, Brian. They were. Towards the end, the Leeds players were throwing themselves at the ball. I think they cleared the line up, cleared the ball off the line a couple of times, didn't they? And the stuff.
Yeah,
you don't get that. There's no determination of fight from our players. So yeah, I was worried before the game, but then as soon as I saw your players yesterday, Stuart, I was like, nah, we're gone, because there's these players you clearly don't want to be at Spurs. We don't have any fighters on the team, and the team's down there. They're showing something, and Spurs are just not showing it.
I think the injury to Romero is a blessing in disguise for you guys, and I'll tell you the reason why. I think Denso will give you 100% every game. It's a 7 out of 10, maybe 8 out of 10 every game in, game out. It's never made any mistakes for you. So I think that him being missing might actually help you in defence. I really do.
100%. 100%.
Yeah, I've never been a massive fan of Romero. I don't understand what everyone's hype about him is. Yeah, he's won the World Cup, but he's won the World Cup.
I don't understand the hype. Exactly, that's the only reason why he's a world champion in the first place. It's because of Messi. No other reason.
Yeah. There you go.
You've got to get the Spurs fan base has to get behind this. Any protest, what happens in future, they have to. It's the only way you're going to see change at your club. It's the only way you're going to.
It's not going to happen, Stu. It's not going to happen. Look, there's too much. Like all this wokeness bollocks, right? Look, I'm so sorry, right? We support a football team, right? A football club, right? There's times when you get behind players at every game. Doesn't matter what your feelings are outside it, what we think of the owners, we all support our team to the best of our ability. Some get to the stadium, some do it on the telly, whatever it is, right? But the time comes, Stuart, unfortunately, where even the most die-hardest of Spurs fans have got to see what ENIC have done to this club. And I still stand by what I say. In 10 to 15 years' time, this club, there will not be football, Tottenham Hotspur, in this stadium. Because I don't think they want it. They don't want fuck all to do with Tottenham Hotspur Football Club. They can make just as much money doing their concerts, doing their boxing, doing this, doing that, doing the other. They've got no affinity to Tottenham Hotspur Football Club because there are no football people in the club that have got that. They're money men. They don't care. And then we move on to the fans, right? Again, I understand, Stu, that someone wanted to try something different. Yeah. It's not for me, like I've said. Yeah. They tried it. It never worked. Why would you want to do it again? Why? It's time for fans to stand up and understand that this multi-billion-pound company, whether it hurts them or not, it fucking hurts us.
Yeah. And also, Cookie, you shouldn't be the ones who the fans shouldn't be the ones who were trying to give the team the encouragement. It should the fans pay their money for the players to give the fans encouragement and something to shout about in that stadium. It shouldn't be the other way around.
Let me just explain to you our fan base. First of all, what I find staggering is that every single other club, every single supporter of any other club that I ever speak to, they know where I've been and what I've done and others have done to try and get these bastards out. They all sit there and go, how are your fans not uprising against this? How are your fans not doing anything? And we can all see it, but the others won't. And I'm going to go this. I'll tell you how bad our fan base is. You've said, why shouldn't you be protesting? Mark's saying they don't want the football club to be a football club. They want to use it as a whatever. This is how bad it was. If it ever came out, which it won't, I don't think ever, that they're going to kill the football club off, and it was our last ever game at home, rather than going nuts that they've killed a club and a supporters group and whatever, a worldwide, like a massive generational thing, rather than going, you ain't doing that, and being up in arms on that high road outside the training ground, they'll have another sing-song. Oh, it's the final game ever. We have to welcome the players and make them feel special. We have to all rally round and make them feel good. And we've got to sing our hearts out because it will be the last time. That's what this fan. I've even heard Lee, which makes me laugh. And believe me, I've been protesting for 18 years against these ones. When it comes to it, I've heard so many people say, yeah, if we have a bad summer, I'm going to protest. Yeah, we've sacked this manager. It's time to get him out. Yeah, we've sold Kane. Look what we've done with the money. It's time to protest. The Super League. It's time to protest. Blah, blah, blah. There are so many fans. The next one is, I'm waiting to see if we're getting Premier League survival or we're going down. But once we know for certain, then we protest. All right, so wait a minute. You want to... But the worst part about it is I know for a fact, all the ones, should we stay up in the Premier League, should we, which I don't think we will, should we, all those fans that said, if we blah, 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 once we know we protest, if we stay up, they'll go, oh, thank God. Oh, all dramatic. Oh, thank God, my life. Spurs with my life. I now just want to enjoy my summer, enjoy the World Cup, and we'll wait to see if they change their ways in the summer transfer window. And if we have a bad summer window, then we protest. It's always okay. One more chance. What? It's the boy who cried wolf, basically, with this fan club, fan base, a majority of them, and all the ones that will say if we stay up, then we protest because this is unacceptable. I guarantee. Let's just be happy that we stayed up. Let's enjoy the summer and the World Cup, and we'll reevaluate after the window. We're weak. We are weak.
Says it all, doesn't it? Anyone want to add anything to that? Brian's comments there, because look, he's spot on, mate. At the end of the day, only the fans can change it, and if the fans haven't got it in them, to get out there and protest against the owners, I'll say it again. My old saying: we've got two hopes, Bob and none. We've got nowhere to go. It's only the fans that can change it. Ben's put in, look, protesting won't work anymore. Protesting won't work anymore because no fucker wants to get out there and do it. It's the same old 150 people that have been there year in, year out, apart from one protest. Sorry, there might have been the one that had about 2,500 there, and I think there may be another one that had a few hundred there. But listen, a few hundred is not going to send a message to Enoch. It's not. And whether you can get them out or not, unless you show that you're not happy with them, they're just going to be sitting there with their £50 notes, ding, 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 and nothing's going to change. Nothing is going to change. I don't know what else to say about it. Substandard players, we're expecting players to come in that have been over the course of 3, 4, 5 different managers, some for attacking managers, some for managers that are pragmatic. It don't work. You've got to have a manager in. You've got to back the manager, whoever you decide to pick. And if they get it wrong, if they decide to back a manager and get it wrong, it's on them. But unfortunately, they don't want to back no fucker. It don't matter who it is. Every manager is a sacrificial lamb because the board don't want to install the right people, to run the football club properly and get football people in.
Tucky, I've got to get off. But big up Tucky, big up Brian, and everyone else and stuff. Thanks for having me on.
No worries, Anthony. Get over to Anthony at Dr. Tottenham Therapy. Give him a sub. He's got videos coming out most days. Anthony, thanks for coming on, mate.
Cheers,
really
appreciate
it.
Anthony, quick question. Are you over 100 now?
110 at the moment.
Go on, brother. Go on.
There you go.
Cheers, mate.
On,
cheers.
Mate. Well
Take
done,
it easy,
mate.
everyone. Thanks for having me on. Good conversation today. Cheers.
Yeah, nice one, mate. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thanks, Anthony.
Cheers.
See you soon, mate. Take care.
Bye.
There you go.
Ricky, I said what I said earlier. Yeah, I think if we go down, we'll stay down, and we could go down further. That's where I'm at with it. I really do.
Yeah.
Do you think De Zerbi's going to stick it out if you get relegated? I mean, I know he said he is, but he's not going to say is he in his first interview? He's always going to say that he's going to be there. Do you think he'll stick it out?
I can't see it. And if they don't, but if we do stay up somehow and they don't back him, then I can see him doing a Conte and ranting.
Bingo. He'll stay like in the summer.
You can see it. You can see it happening already. You know.
And I'll tell you what, Enoch dangle things. I always say the best place to hide things is in plain sight. Enoch don't even hide it anymore. Thomas Frank wanted Andy Robertson. He went. De Zerbi comes in last week. It announced that Andy Robertson is leaving Liverpool. And guess who's up there because it's free? Tottenham straight away. No other big six club want them. He's deemed too old for Liverpool and can't get a new contract. They got Kirkes. They got the replacement already. They'll spend more to replace him. But we are going to bring in a 32-year-old player when we have Destiny, we have Spence, we have Souza. We need a new goalkeeper, 2 centre-backs, a midfield and an attack. But yes, let's go for a left-back because he's free, basically. And I'll tell you what, Lee, with me, where I thought De Zerbi is, I think he'll be there in the summer. But it's been informed to Spurs fans that they're going to give him more like an Alex Ferguson role in recruitment, and he's going to be, okay. So as soon as a couple of players slip through the net because Spurs won't push for him, he will do exactly what Steve said. He will take the grenade. He'll take the pin out of the grenade, and he will absolutely do a Conte. Absolutely do a Conte.
And then where does that leave us, Brian? Where does that leave us then?
I've literally said, and I mean this from the bottom of my heart, as convinced as still as a delegation, should De Zerbi go, and I said this when I want every single manager to turn us down. I'm being deadly serious here, and they'd have to bring in like a Mason or whatever. And I don't. It's not because I want Mason. Look how many managers we've burnt, let go like a Poch, sacked at half-time like my man Martin Yole. Not back in Jose, not back in Conte, not back in Poch, not back in AVB. Wanted certain players, you don't get them because with the bow money, we'll just do it again. I mean, I'm sure AVB said, you know what, I really need Vlad Tiraches. Yeah. I'm sure Jose Mourinho said, yeah, get me that quality. I'm sure Jose Mourinho, that's worked with the cream of the creme de la creme, he sat down with Spurs and went, I want Matt Doherty. Sure. And I want it to be, honestly, and I mean this from the bottom of my heart, I'd love it if every manager just said, I ain't going to Tottenham. What an absolute circus over there. The only thing managers are coming for now is the payday. And it's amazing, isn't it? For years and years and years, we've lost out on money because we wouldn't pay the fee or we're haggling and we wouldn't pay the wages. But for a manager, no, I don't want to come. 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 Wait a minute, we'll make you the third highest manager in the Premier League and give you a 7-figure bonus if you keep us up. Oh, yeah, I'll come. But for the players, no, we're not going to. We're smashing our wage bill.
There you go, mate.
It's sad. It's sad, isn't it? It is sad. I mean, look, you've got to say, look, with De Zerbi, he is the hot property, and he's the manager who's coming up through the ranks. He's the young upcoming manager. He's got a bit of savvy about him. He's got the swagger. He's got he's got the style about him. He's got the style of play that I want to see. If the ownership have got any brain cells between them, they'd say, right, this is the manager we will back. Well, like Brian says, I don't think they will. I just don't think they will. I don't think they will.
Like I said earlier on the stream like it's Enoch just chucking money at a problem. That's what they do. That's all they do. Oh, well, what can we do now? Oh, we'll get a manager in for 5 years, and we all know that a manager don't last 5 years. So if it don't work out, he'll have to go, and they'll be paying his compensation off as well, like they're doing with Frank and Tudor still.
Yeah,
if I guarantee you, they're paying off Frank and Tudor still.
Let me just whack this in for Phil. Just bear with me a sec. I'm not good at multitasking now. Phil, the link's in the chat, mate. It's right at the bottom if you want to come and jump on, mate. There you go. Is there anyone else want to jump on? The links at the bottom of the chat. I can't pin it because my phone busted before I got home last night. So there you go. It is what it is. I've got no bloody mobile phone now at the moment. It's gone. It's died on me after 11 years. There you go. What can I say? There you go, Phil. It's there for you, mate. Lads, honestly, I'm at a bit of a loss. I don't really know what to say anymore. I'm so gutted and I'm so fuming. And even though we can all sit here, and most of us have, and others, and said, look, we've seen this coming and seen it coming. Do you know what I mean? It just feels like to me that I can't believe that people that own a football club can be so... what's the word, Brian? Just negligent. Big up, Phil. Hope you're well, mate. How are you?
I'm good, mate. I'm good. I'm just hearing my favourite sport, man. It's called Enoch. And I'm just listening to it, yeah, and I'm thinking, you know what? I think I'll have a piece of that, you know what I'm saying? It's been over, what is it now? Since the start of the season, I said that we were going to end up in this situation. We didn't buy what we needed. We never actually do buy what we needed the transfer window. And eventually, that's going to come to pass. We always do this curb crawling business here. We're buying relegation level players or players who've just been a team where they've just survived relegation. At what point do you believe that you're going to become that team that's fighting relegation if this is the level of players that you keep bringing in? At what point do you think that it's not going to keep working here when you don't buy key positions on a football pitch? We walked into this season without a left winger. Kudus was the only right winger. Once Kudus was injured and Johnson was sold, when do you think that was going to burst in people's face? This is the problem. It's like we try and, as a fan here, I'm tired of keep saying it at the start of the season, and then I get called negative, right? And then as the season wears on, what I say in September, it actually comes to pass. I am sick and tired of it. This is why I walked away from it. I said, I can't keep doing this to myself. This is torture. This is mental torture. Because every year I come into the season like Jurassic Park, I'm like, oh, hold on, mate. We didn't buy what we actually needed. And then when it comes to the part of this time of year or the Champions League, something happens. Oh, we got injuries now. No, what we doing it? You got injuries now. What? And then you get told it's hindsight. It's not hindsight. It's actually foresight, if anything. It's not hindsight. I can see it's going to happen. If I can see it as a fan, why can't they see it? They can see it. They just choose not to see it. That's the issue. And while they keep getting the money that the fans keep putting in, why should they change? And that will always be my issue with Enoch. Why would they change if they keep getting what they want? They have no cause to change.
I agree.
Fair play, Phil. Fair play. I'm just so lost. I just don't know what to say. I can't believe again that we're sitting here having this conversation about our great football club. I just can't. And the negligence of these dickheads upstairs. I'm sorry, I'll keep putting in the odd expletive, but when we do an evening show at some stage this week, I'm sure it will get even worse. But it will be done. We're going to be on every day, and we're going to keep talking about this because, you know, at the end of the day, I've said it many times. This is therapy for me. I have to sit on here and do this. I know a lot of people don't want to hear the same things coming out over and over and over again. All right, but you know, this club for me personally is ruining me, and this is just me talking as a fan. You know, I was in Spain last week, having a week's break. Did the watch along with Nige on Sunday, right? I was awake all night Sunday, all night tearing my fucking hair out about this club. I'm 57 years old, right? I don't need to be caring at my age no more about what's going on at Tottenham Hotspur, what them wankers are doing to us. I don't need to care about it. I can walk away from it as well, but I can't walk away from it because They're killing not only our football club, like many other fans, I suspect, feel the same way as me. They're killing me inside as well. Tottenham to me is like having my another child, if you like. You know, Tottenham have been in my life since I could have a memory of anything to do about football. The best part of 51 years. You know, and I struggle to accept it. I struggle to accept that the football club that we support, that I support, is in this position. That the people that have built £1 billion stadium, yeah, that was going to make all the difference to Tottenham Hotspur. Do me a favour. Do me a favour. You're all taking the fucking piss. And it makes me so angry. And I know a lot of people, again, will just step away from it. I can't step away from it.
It's in you, isn't it, unfortunately? It's in you.
I'm sorry for ranting. I'm sorry.
Don't ever apologise.
It just does my absolute head in. Someone help me somewhere along the line, because I can't believe our fans are letting these people get away with this. They've took our fucking ground away in the first place, the Great White Hart Lane, where many a special night was seen. They built their fucking stadium, but not for football.
Yeah.
Cookie, don't ever apologise for ranting, mate, and caring. You know, you care. We're like we all do. We all care about.
I know we all care, mate. I just.
So, you know, you're passionate at the end of the day, and that's nothing wrong with that, mate.
Sadly to you, Cookie, and sorry for a lot of people, yeah, the stadium was never built with football in mind. It was always built for this in mind. They have zero interest in the football, brother. They could not care if we go down. Joe Lewis has been to Tottenham twice in the last 22 years. What are we doing here, brother? What's that telling you as a fan? His art collection is worth more than the football team, brother. Let's not do any disservice here, and let's not be disingenuous, brother. This man could not care about the football. These people, yeah, are like watching someone drive without a license. An accident waiting to happen, brother. I keep saying that in the chat as well. It's like watching someone drive without a license. It is dangerous, bro. We went to De Zerbi, yeah, desperate on our hands and knees, begging the man to come and be our manager. That's how bad it is. Thomas Frank here was set up to fail. And exactly that's what he did. Tudor was set up to fail. Mourinho was set up to fail. Ange was set up to fail. I had to go back to the drawing board. Every single manager that comes into this job is set up to fail in one way or the other. And each one of them, if you listen to each one of them, they come out and say the same thing. I'm not a magician. Surprise, surprise. They all say the squad is not good enough, but they never actually get what they actually need. So why bring them to the football club? Why waste their time as a manager? And why waste my time as a fan investing in that? And that's what I looked at over the years. Why should I believe it when they go?
Sorry, Phil. Sorry, brother. I didn't mean to cut you off. Do you know what really pissed me off on Sunday? And it really, really pissed me off on Sunday. If you look during the game, big up, Mark. If you look at the Sunderland game, they kept panning over to Lange, Vivian, and supercalifragilistic fuck off Venkatesham. I can't say his name now.
Brian, before you carry on, I'm just going to nip and get a drink. If you can cover me for 30 seconds, you and Mark. Go on, man.
If anyone looks, if anyone remembers, there was a certain person sitting next to him by the name of Michael Dawson. And if Michael Dawson, you would have thought Michael Dawson, with his service to the club, his dedication to the badge, who was an old school defender that put his body on this, you would have thought sitting there, he would be going, look what you've done to this football club. Look what you have gone and done. Look at the state of it. He's sitting there like, just look. He decided he didn't want to work at Sky and earn or he didn't want to be at Spurs as an ambassador. Surely an ambassador is to represent the club and have its best interest at heart. There's no best interest.
They get paid, bro. What would Dawson care?
Even King, Ledley King now. Ledley King as a player will be always remembered as one of the greatest defenders we've had. Played with one knee. On his testimonial when he was leaving, he was going, "This is my club, my one and only club." He's just sitting there. He's just sitting there. How are these players? Can you imagine if any of us, even with you, Lee, at Leeds, if you were an ex-player and you saw your club in this state and you were on the board, I wouldn't be sitting there going, "Yeah, we're good," and then talking on Sky Sports. I'd be going absolutely. I'll put it this way: I would have been sacked. Yeah. Because they're just sitting there, Dawson, and people like Ledley King, and it's the exact reason why Enoch don't hire Spurs men, because all the way through this decline and the Bale selling catastrophe, the Pochettino 3 windows, any diehard Spurs player, like if someone got Spurs in their heart, they would be there. And look, I love Graham Roberts. I love Graham Roberts. An absolute legend. He's on the payroll.
Yeah.
These players that have got Spurs in their blood, even Sandro, who we thought was coming back on the coaching staff, and they dangled that out Tottenham, didn't they? There's rumours it could be him. And then when it comes to the coaching staff are announced, and then you see Sandro, not in Spurs training gear, but in his jeans and t-shirt, jumper. Let's hug the players. That's not me putting down Sandro. That's not what I'm saying. Is why is he not in the coaching team? That guy would be going nuts. That guy would be going absolutely nuts. Spurs, former Spurs players, the two we have, unbelievably, Ramon Vega, Jamie O'Hara. What legends of the football club! What bastions! The literally when you any Spurs fan hear those names, they go, "Oh mate, legend, diehard Spurs." No, none of them are coming out saying anything. Oh no, I'll add Tim Sherwood into that as well. Tim Sherwood, Jamie O'Hara, and Ramon Vega. And Ramon Vega, to his credit, has been doing it for a long time. He may not have been the best defender in the world. He won a trophy, so fair play to him. Not many people do it at this club. But I've spoken to him before, personally, privately. I've seen him on all media, whether it be Sky, Talks, but whatever. Did you just hear that thunder?
Yeah.
Yesterday, this is Canada. Yesterday was 21 degrees. This morning, thunder and but yeah, why are there no diehard players that have got Spurs in their blood that used to run through brick walls for this football club, not saying a damn thing?
Look at the playing squad, and tell me one football player in that Spurs squad, who's able to control the football and dictate the game and control the flow of a game. Tell me one player in that Spurs squad, even with the injuries here, tell me one player in that Spurs squad who's able to control it and dictate the course of a game. Not one. We have no general ball playing midfielder in that squad. Exactly, because every one of our players, Bergvall, Gray, they give away the ball so cheaply, that they're not actually that kind of dictating player. We have not got a dictator in that midfield, a conductor in chief in that midfield. Right, and this is why when I looked at our midfield against Sunderland, I said, you know what, I think Sunderland are going to win this game, because I looked at Xhaka and I said, you know what, not one Spurs player is like that. We have not got that profile of player in the squad, and we didn't buy it, and that's the sadness of it. We don't buy what we actually need, and there's so many windows, Daigle. I remember saying it in the summer, we didn't buy a left winger, and how many people said we'll just buy it in January or we'll just buy it later on? No. These are key positions in a team that need to be filled straight away. As soon as Son was leaving or deteriorating, they should have bought in a left winger. We didn't buy one.
I'm jumping off,
right, first of all.
I'm going to jump off, guys. But,
right.
As always, yeah. See you soon, guys. Thanks for having me on.
All right.
Hang on, Mark. Mark, let Steve go. See you later, Steve. Be in touch, mate. Thank you. Thanks, Steve.
Right, I'll speak soon, mate.
See you later on, Steve, bro.
Right, cheers. Well, first of all, am I coming through all right? Because the signal's a bit crap, man.
Yeah, it's a bit iffy, but we can hear you. Yeah, go on, mate.
Oh, it's all good. Oh, that's all right. Well, I'm starting the van at the minute because it's raining. But, like, I had to come on, mate. I had to try and get on and try and calm you down, brother. I thought you were going to have a heart attack when I tuned in.
It's all right. Go
Are
on,
you all
say
right,
your
bud?
bit, Mark.
Get home all right?
Yeah, I got home.
Sorry,
yeah,
mate?
2 o'clock. Yeah, just a bit. I ain't going to sleep yet. Put it that way.
Have you not, mate?
No, go on.
We have to try and catch up with that.
Yeah, I will. Go on, mate.
Yeah. But first of all, we are a disgrace. I cannot honestly see where we're going to win the next game. I can't see where we're going to score a goal, let alone win a game. It's an absolute joke what's happened at the club. And we all know who's to blame. We all know. They turned a once mighty football team that I grew up supporting to nothing. It's a stadium. It's an NFL stadium. It's anything but a football ground. Anything but. And it's all for their own greed. Their own greed and money making. Put it this way, right? I've accepted that we're going down now. I've accepted it. Because there's no fight in the team. I watched West Ham play Wolves. Was that Friday night?
Yeah.
You seen the fight and the togetherness in that team. We got none of it. None of it. Absolutely none of it. And we're getting relegated. We are. Will I be sad? Yes. I saw it when I was 6-year-old, 7-year-old. Will I be sad? Of course I will. But do I expect it? 1,000,000% now. There's no fight in the team. It's gone. It's gone. And it's all that lot. All that lot. Any fans can see this. And if there isn't, and it'll be too late by then, or possibly too late by the Everton game. If there's 1,000 marching down the high street at the Everton game, I want to know why. They've caused all of this. They deserve this. We don't. And that's all I got to say.
There you go. Couple of things, chaps. I'm going to wrap up the show now because I've been summoned. We've been on for 2 3/4 hours nearly. Mark, number one, before I carry on with the football, just before I finish that. Just so you know, Mark, my phone's broke. All right, so I'm struggling. I've got to get another phone to be able to text you. It's burnt out. So bear with me during the day. I'm going to try and find another phone, get the SIM card in, and I'll text you later because I want to do another show at some stage tonight, tomorrow, Wednesday, in the evening to get more fans interacting. There's been a lot on today, but I need to hear more from fans about this shit show of an absolute football club. But I'll be in touch with you with that. I want to give all of you, all 4 of you, sorry, if you want to speak, Lee. I want to give all of you the last word on either what we do, where we're going with this in the next 6 games, and if possible, any possibility of getting out of this. I'll leave it to you 3 because you know where I stand on it. Come on.
Well, I'll say before the signal plays up again, we're not getting out of it. We're doomed. We're doomed, mate. We are going down. And I've accepted that now. Thanks, Enoch, very much. Now get the F out of my club.
Fair play. Brian?
First of all, I have to say, I think that's an absolutely superb idea. I think that is let's see what we can do. Colin Fonzamano. Look at Fonzie in that picture. That's what he looks like. Yeah. Full picture with his leather jacket. What was the question? What was? Wait, no. I'm trying to remember. You said No, I want to say. I said, what do we do? Oh yeah, what do we do? I think we add "Oh Happy Days" to the repertoire of Kumbaya, All Things Bright and Beautiful, and It's Me, Oh Lord. That's what we should do. And maybe some other old school songs that will make the people feel special and happy and celebrate. Where are we going? Down, down, down to down, 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 down to down is where we're going. And when it comes to what we're going to do about it, you and Mark know, I've said it. Once relegation is confirmed, and the only reason I'm back is to make Enix's life and help. That's my sole Vinay land. So we have plans in the works. We're already to go over here. So
someone's got bad interference there.
So
Sorry,
it might be you, mate. It might be you. Move your mic until you speak, bro, because I think your mic's cutting. I had plans, or I started making plans, but then I took my break to target NFL HQ and stores and corporate offices around America, as well as NFL stores, if there is such a thing. I've got to do my research. And next season, when the season starts in September, if they are still here, which unfortunately they will be, to get banners arranged to take and reach out to Spurs fans that live in states where there's an NFL team or towns, sorry, and get ENIC out banners into the NFL, as well as Nike. I'm going to go targeting Nike, their head offices in Oregon, as well as massive Nike stores like we have back home in Oxford Street, but going to target there, and then also going to target Tavistock, which is ENIC Holdings, obviously in, I don't know if it's Florida, Miami, Orlando. They're all the same states, so that's going to be a go. The second or relegation is confirmed, my plans for getting, because there are so many. What we got to remember, there are so many international fans around the world. It could even be in Ireland. I don't know if they're massive Nike stores in Ireland. I don't know if they're, but there are so many Spurs fans like myself that don't live back home anymore that want to protest. That have said, "How can I help? I live in Greece. I live in Australia. I live wherever it is in the world. Malaysia, Far East. You got to remember, AIA are there.
Yeah.
There are so many fans around the world that want to do something. Now, I've been fortunate that because of obviously my British roots and London roots and having parents live back home, I can just fly home and stay at my parents rent free, do this, blah. So I've even flown back especially for protests. I've flown back. So my main aim is to get all the international fan bases involved, because America is the obvious reason for Nike and NFL HQ, but they all have stores around the world. They all have, even I think the NFL is going to, I think the NFL is having a game. I think it's in Brazil. They're one of them. So I know people in Brazil that are Spurs fans. Brazil's a massive country. I don't know where it is, but I will be doing something on Tottenham on Tour once it's confirmed, where it's literally going to be a call to action for all the international fans. Doesn't matter where you live, the time for actually doing something that the majority of our home match day going fans won't do. It is time for this to go global, because I know North America know how to throw a protest. So that's the plan. I will have plans for London. I will start bringing people in, so I want to try and get some form of whatever. So there are plans. There are plans. The sole reason I'm back on YouTube and social media isn't because, yes, I missed all you guys, but it was literally to ruin them. That's it. They've ruined my club. They've ruined our club.
Yeah.
They've destroyed our club. They've embarrassed our football club. They've turned the place rotten. As Cypress Hill once sang, "What goes around comes around." So it's coming, and I like other groups, Cowards for Tottenham. I will not sell out. I will not, like my group did originally when we didn't have the numbers, and Phil was there for a lot of them. We never backed down. We didn't care. Well, when we did the NFL protest at the stadium, there was 62,000 fans going there. There must have been about 30 of us, Phil?
Yep.
Up and down the high road, massive Enoch out banner, up and down
Carrying
the high
the
road.
signs and everything, me and Graham.
Yep. Phil's the bodyguard. And that's it. So what we're gonna do? Like I said, we'll add a few more church hymns for the sing song. Where we're going is down, and what we're gonna do about it is destroy Enoch, or not for the one trying.
I'm with you, Brian. I'm with you. You know, I've already texted you. If there's anything I can do to help, and I'll say it on here in front of everyone, I might be up in Manchester, but if there's anything I can do to help and it's in my capability to do it, I'm with you, mate. I'm with you. These fuckers have got to go, mate.
Any big organisation like Enoch here, you have to take up the legs. And unfortunately, they've made so many sponsorships over the thing, but we have to target the sponsors. It's only by the sponsorships, and targeting the sponsorships is the only way to affect Enoch, because really and truly, they're here for the money. The stadium is a cash cow. Spurs to them is a cash generator, a guaranteed cash generator. They know that it can charge whatever they like, and the fans here, the loyalty will pay whatever price. It's really and truly, if you're looking at it, it's like a bad Bond villain. It's extortion. They can charge whatever they like, and the fans they know will pay it. And that's the sadness of it, because every year we get we're sorry. I am tired of hearing we are sorry. You're not sorry if you keep doing the same thing over and over again. That is a definition of an insanity. It's not sorry anymore. It's you're doing this by design. And we go into, how many years has it been since Dembele's left, and we still haven't got ball playing midfielder? And it's not even that one position, Dago. Look at how many other positions that we sold a player, or a player leaves. And we're so reactive that we just wait years before we buy a player that fits that profile. And we go through a window, and like I said, we just buy random players now and say to a manager, go out there and go and make it work. Sorry, that doesn't work, because they have to be bought for a reason. Look at Bournemouth, they sold Semenyo and they bought in Rayan in the same window. At Spurs, why is it 2-3 years that we have to wait before they can buy a player in that position? What are we doing here?
Correct.
Fuck all, Phil. That's what we're doing. Stu, I come to you, and then Brian's done his what he said he needs to, and then I'll finish off with Phil, and then Stu, shout out your channels as well. Give us your feelings on what's going to happen in this next few games, and as far as Leeds are concerned, and Spurs, and shout your channels out, mate, please.
Right, well, first of all, right, I think you're going to get relegated. Now, you're going to get laughed at by a lot of the fan base, but I don't think you're going to get laughed at by clubs like Leeds and stuff, because we've been through it. We know what it feels like. We know, it's one of the worst feelings as a fan to get relegated for Premier League. What else? What I'd also say as well is I take out Bergvall and I take out Archie Gray. The reason why I'm saying that is the young lads, they're getting a lot of heat at the moment from the Tottenham fan base, and I'd protect them by bringing in Palhinha and Xavi. Just because I think Archie Gray, as you know, is loved by everyone at Leeds. He's a class player. He really is. He comes from a good generation, and if the one thing you don't want to see is you go down plus ruin young players' reputations, and But I do think you are going to go down. Unfortunately, I just don't see no fight, passion, heart, or desire from any of you. I think Leeds will stay up, but you've got to target Nottingham Forest now. Get Leeds United out of your head, out of the equation. Target Nottingham Forest. Maybe West Ham, but I think West Ham are showing enough fight that they can get out of it. But if you do go down, you're gonna have to try and find a way of getting his owners out. You have to, because nothing's going to change. Even in Championship, it won't change. Nothing's going to change until it's ownership. So you've got to find a way of getting them out.
Yeah. And Stu, shout out your channel quick, mate.
Lee Statham TV. That's Lee's channel. That's what he's on.
Oh, let me go follow now. What's that? Statham as in Jason.
Yes.
There you go. There's another sub.
Unfortunately, because I would have sent him round to sort out Enoch for you.
Lee Statham TV. Here we go. I'm just going to follow him.
There you go. Yeah. Anyone else that's in the chat?
270th subscriber.
There you go. Big up to you, Lee. Get over to Lee. Give him a sub. He's him and Stu are doing a bit over there on Lee Statham TV. It's always an interesting listen. So give him a sub. And Phil, it's the same to you. Do you plug your new channel and just your final thoughts, mate?
Yeah, my new channel, I've got a new channel called Sports Centric, where we talk about all sports, not just football. So I needed a peace of mind from Tottenham Hotspur, so I made it all sports. And I'm going to be talking about the World Cup and my thoughts and feelings about my beloved France before we step foot in America and Canada and Mexico in the summer. And yeah, I've got my BMGT as well. We're going to talk about more in depth about the brand new Daredevil series. So thanks for having me on Cookmeister. Big up to my brother Brian Daigle, and it's nice to meet. Is it James? The Leeds fan? It's nice to meet you too, mate. I have to commend Leeds, man. They show enough fight and determination. They deserve to stay up. And the same with West Ham and the same with Nottingham Forest. When you see them play on the football pitch, you can see how much desire and how much passion they put into it. When you watch Tottenham, I'm forward, but we're a lightweight and we buckle under pressure. The same like Arsenal, to be fair. We buckle under pressure.
Do you know what? I just want to say one thing very quickly because the comments come up and I just want to say, Colin Cross and Fontamano, I'm going to see what I can do here to make a pledge. I love Colin Cross-Amano. He's been a big supporter of all channels for a long time. We speak all the time via the chat. I've spoken to him occasionally on WhatsApp, whatever. Honestly, there's loads of people I'd love to meet, but haven't had the opportunity to because if I'm back home, I'm in London. I can't get. Obviously, I have. But I'm going to tell you now, if we go down to the Championship, when the results come out, the first game I'm going to look for is Cardiff away. And if I can work out a way to get back, I'm going to go to that game with Ben and Sim just so I can meet Colin Fontamano. So that's my pledge to you, Colin. Once the fixture list comes out, if it's feasible and doable to come back for like just a few days, not a holiday, a few days, I am going to be penciling in. It's all going to focus around Cardiff away.
There you go. I'm up for that. Count me in on that one, Bri. I'm up for that, mate. I'd love to meet Colin, to be fair. I'd love to meet him.
Top man.
I'm just going to say my little bit before I let Brian finish the show, as he normally does. Wait a minute.
Hold on. Sorry, Cookie. You know I love you, but I'm going to just cut you off just a little bit. Seeing that we're talking about people in the chat, I'm going to say, big up the lovely, fantastic Kate Whitman, who's always been there. I want to say thank you to her. And I'm going to steal it from you, Daigle, so here it is. I want to thank the lovely Diamond Sue Smith, who's also been there as well. I would like to thank her so much.
Is she in the chat?
No, I haven't seen her in the chat. No,
she's always on the Spurs channel, but she is a diamond.
Sue's a lovely woman. She is. She's a lovely woman. There you go.
And before I get in trouble with another lady, I'd like to thank the Queen, Ellie as well, who's always been there as well, because I know I'll get a slap if I don't mention her. So there you go.
Mate, I'm going to say, Phil, have you just won an Oscar or something?
Yeah, I think I have, mate.
I've subbed to you as well, Phil.
That's it. I'm just going to say, get over to us and sub. We're trying to grow. Hit the likes and the hypes and leave comments after the stream. We'll get back to you. And on that note, I'm going to pass it to Mr. Daigle to finish the show off.
When are you going to finish, Phil? You started and you hadn't finished. As they say in Countdown.
Come on, Brian. Come on.
Okay.
No WrestleMania comments, Brian?
That's the weekend. That's the weekend. Let's just hope The Rock turns up. But I'm a huge fan, Housen. So let's just hope that happens. I will say, Lange, fuck off. Supercalifragilistic fuck off. Venkatesham. Vivian, piss off. Charlie, piss off. And as always, Enoch out.
And I'm just going to say, come on, you Spurs.
Cookie and the share.